Stand on it like a scooter.
People used to flip it, jump it, and stuff. They do. Yes! There it is, baby. Fuck yeah. First one. You can clip it if you want. No pressure. Thank you. We did it! That's a chicken. Okay, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do it for real. We're gonna wreck face. Everyone get ready.
The next ring.
Ooh. All right. That's enough. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I stepped on the wrong button again, which I always do. Okay, so this is our first attempt at whatever. It's the whatever stream now, because everything else that we've been doing, and I've had my clients trying to figure out, and then all the people on IQ trying to do all these strategies to make things work. And it's just so random. It's so random. It's not used to be predictable to an extent. So now this stream is just me hanging out, doing whatever I want, which kind of feels nice actually. I don't have to oh, I'm late to stream. I got to stream on time, or what am I gonna stream today? None of that stuff matters. Hello, is Tacos around? He says, oh, oh, oh. I asked Tacos if he's gonna if we're gonna hang out, some stream together, and he says, oh. I don't know what's going on with him. Is he streaming? Let me turn the Mister on. PlayStation Core. PlayStation Core on the Mister. It's cool. I still feel it's cool, but something about turning the actual hardware on feels good. I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong way to think about things. It is cool. If you don't have a PlayStation and a RetroTink, and yeah, I think it's a good investment, especially if you want to be a streamer and you want to be able to stream PlayStation, because it's very expensive to the whole like modded PlayStation thing, and all the scalers that you need to get a good, like the same quality that you get out of the Mister. I don't know. All right. So, I'm still not used to this whole concept of just like, like I have a lot of ritual involved with streaming. I think I have to update that every time. There's a lot of ritual involved in my head with streaming. I think that interferes in some ways. I mean, it's going to take me a while to adjust to not fully being all invested in streaming, because it's been years. I've been years in my head leaning in that direction. I just don't. Wow, it's crazy. There we go. So it's going to be a while for my brain, I think, to totally adjust to what do I. I don't have to think about what I want to do for stream. I just have to stream for fun, hang out with people, have a good time, do whatever I want. The problem is I just don't play video games anymore. And I don't, like right now I wouldn't play video games. Like, so I got to just try to remember I'm just going to do what I would have done anyway. Oh, I also turned off the mid-roll ads. We're going to live with pre-roll ads. I think there's kind of no winning at all when it comes to the ad structure on Twitch right now. For growth reasons, I was like, okay, we got to run mid-roll ads to get rid of pre-rolls. And that, but then people aren't browsing Twitch, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I shouldn't say people aren't browsing Twitch. A lot less people are browsing Twitch. The user activity tends to be to go to your followed streams, check out people that are already live. So, rather than trying to cater to the minority, that's the most difficult thing, I think, for streamers right now. I've been trying to. It's hard to put words around what's going on because it's so elusive, and it could change at any moment too. Just like Twitch changed. Twitch has been changing for a long time. So, but catering your stream to the minority is probably a bad idea. I think mid-roll ads are more harmful to the overall experience of like hanging out, being live, because people are hanging out. Pre-roll ads suck as well for raids. So I don't know. It's situational. You got to figure out what works best for you. But I found that even if you turn the pre-rolls off, people still end up getting them. People get ads when they come in, just like anyway. I don't know. Seems totally uncontrollable. So rather than running ads on like a giant schedule that seem to interrupt the stream, the flow of the stream for the people that are there and like hanging out, and my suggestion is probably lean more towards let the ads happen at the beginning, and then they don't have to worry about it for a while. I don't know. I still think the mid rolls kind of happen anyway. If you don't, I don't know. Twitch it's such a toss up. What's going on? I guess I could open my stream. Let's do that. Let's go to Twitch over here. See if we get any ads. So I'm getting a pre-roll right now, loading up my stream. And then we'll see if another ad comes on. So it's the only way to figure this out. I have Twitch Turbo. I've had Twitch Turbo for a long time, so it's one of the reasons why I didn't realize what was kind of going on. Because my experience with the stream has just been like, it's the same as it always is. Like, I didn't see it adjust badly towards this whatever new experience for viewers. I think what happened too was ad block. Ad block was working, and then Twitch figured out a way to kind of like make ad block not work anymore. So since ad block doesn't work, you know, what do you people? It's gonna slowly, like Pavlov's dogs, like train people not to browse Twitch because it's unenjoyable, right? You stop doing it because you're just tired of. It's hard to check out new streams. It used to be super easy. There was no price of entry. You just enter someone's stream. Now there's pre-roll ads and mid-roll ads and all this stuff. And you know, it's nice that subs kind of like you can sub and get rid of ads and stuff, but I don't know. Let me I forgot to tell everybody that I'm live. Oh boy, a stream. Your favorite. It's also nice to not have to like stress out about the stream quality, or like it's not, I don't have to worry about like interruptions. Like if a client needs me to help them fix something that's broken, I can do that. Oh, I gotta switch this, I think. And not be like, oh, but I'm live. But I'm streaming. So I will be doing, hi Apollo, hi. Hi. I'll be doing, a lot of different stuff. Do whatever I want with the stream, which is kind of nice. And I'll be I forgot what I was saying. I'll be less stressed out about it working, which is nice. I wasn't when I was doing music. I will be doing music again. I will be producing my second album. I'm kind of fighting myself on that right now. Like, do I wanna? It's scary. You guys are scary. Twitch is scary, but it's less scary now because the trolls don't hang out, and people take me wrong and they get all upset. They get all frustrated, and I end up getting in like hilarious fights with what might be mentally ill people. I probably shouldn't fight mentally ill people. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Having some weird issues with your PC. You should be more specific so I can help you, sir. I would love to help. Can I help? You know, I'm pretty good at that computer thing. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here and complain about some things that, you know, I can't win. I can't win. You know, I can't win, Apollo. Please do. Please explain more. I want to help. My weight loss journey has been very interesting. Being 300 pounds, 250 pounds. I was 250 pounds average for most of my adult life. From like 20 to, no, okay, like 20, at around 20, I think I was around 210 pounds. Then 25, I went up to like 260. 250, maybe somewhere in that range. Then around 30, it's when I started to like balloon up to like 300, and then I fought that back down to about 250, and then 240, 230, back to 240, back to I finally got down to 225 for a good while, but then I just got stuck. And now that I'm 190, 188 actually today, which was nice to see. That's the lowest I've been in a long time. I was 188 at the end of the competition, the weight loss competition with Oberlinks and Feckless Man, and 188. And then I started working out. I went to going to the gym, and I went back up to 190. Now I'm back down to 188. So there's like some trade-off with muscle and fat that's going on. But the thing that's really frustrating me is, um, I don't like how I look. Okay, I gotta move this so I can actually see chat. My camera's actually in the way. Okay, it's not cooperating. So I'd say the most annoying thing. If you, yeah. Okay. That's a lot of headroom. Dang it. Whatever. The most annoying thing I've noticed since being on Windows 11. Apollo, come on. Well, I know what your issue is. Come on, man. You answered your own question. Apollo. Your problem is you upgraded to Windows 11, which is not an upgrade. I'm sorry, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but Windows 11 sucks. Complete and total asshole. Through and through. It's not an upgrade. I'm trying to do this in a very calm, and it's because you're on Windows 11. That's why it's like this. You should not use Windows 11 and your problems will go away. I'm sorry, Paulo. Windows 11 is a mistake. It's not ready. It's like a beta OS. It's not an upgrade. It's a downgrade in most cases and a side grade at best, meaning there's no improvement. So it's either worse or the same as Windows 10, and there's no benefit to switching to Windows 11, bar none, for any reason. Microsoft's had a pretty good track record of screwing up their every other launch of a OS, and that's pretty consistently been true. Windows 11 is just problematic, especially if you have a Ryzen CPU right now. There is a BIOS update that's being rolled out for AMD CPUs that fix the hitching. It happens in Windows 10 as well if you have the TMP from the chip. I don't know if this is over your head or whatever, but there's the security encryption built into the processor that you have to enable in the BIOS, and it's bugged on the Ryzen chips. I don't think it's on the 2000, but it's on 3 and 5. So yeah, it causes stuttering and hitching and issues. I have it enabled and I see it as well in Windows 10, but it's not as bad in Windows 10. It's only during executing certain tasks. For instance, if I open the task manager, that will kind of seize up my system. If I open OBS, it only lasts for a second. It's like they're like stutters, and it's not all the time. It's not. Whereas in Windows 11, it's much more prevalent, just doing everything, gaming, opening programs, alt tabbing, just trying to do normal stuff. It's persistent issue. So AMD did fix this, and they've rolled out the fix to the vendors. So your motherboard might, depending on the vendor, I'm not sure if they've all released the actual BIOS update to roll out the fix. So you could try. You could try looking for a BIOS update for your motherboard, and if there is one, do that and see if that helps. But I would the last month or so, I don't know, it may not even be out yet, because the motherboard manufacturers have the fix, but they have to like bundle it into the BIOS file and then send it out for all the motherboards, which is a lot. So not all of them are out yet. That your motherboard may not have a BIOS update yet that includes the fix, even though the AMD has developed the fix. That doesn't mean the vendor has released it in the final package of the BIOS update. So it'll happen in the next couple of months or so. But honestly, Apollo, just go back to Windows 10. It's too soon. You're too soon. It's a beta test. It's a public beta test. You just have to deal with the problems as they are, or if you want a stable OS experience, you should go back. I would just go back, to be honest. It's not according to Microsoft, but according to the tech sphere, it's basically it's unfinished. You know, it was released, but so was Cyberpunk when it first came out, and Witcher. A lot of software gets released these days that is incomplete, broken. So it's not a good idea to be an early adopter for software these days. So it's not actually a public beta release, but it might as well be, right? As far as the history of software is concerned. I'm sorry you're having issues, but big time, yeah. Don't ever upgrade your operating system until you see a lot of other people using it regularly and they're very happy with it. That's my advice. If you want to make sure you're not going to have issues, you want to see a wide adoption and a lot of happiness. Or you got to be willing to try it yourself, and if you see issues, go back. This is what I did with Windows 10 and Windows 7. I upgraded pretty early just to see. Even 8.1. I skipped 8 and then I did 8.1. But I'm a tech guy. Like I just threw in an extra hard drive, and put it on the new hard drive, a fresh install. Installed. My games are all on another drive anyway. So if I wanted to go back, I'd just take that hard drive out and put the good OS that I've been using forever already there. And if I have no problems, I'm good to go. And I just take my old drive after a certain point and use it for something else. So I tend to have multiple drives in play to be able to test things out. So if you really you got to like kind of future proof. I have like all of my software and games that I need that I'm not willing to reinstall and don't want to have to download again. Whoa! I got a banner ad. I just got a banner ad on my stream underneath. Oh, that's a million times better than the mid-rolls. I've never seen that, although it could have been happening this whole time. I didn't know. Do you see that? Did you see a banner ad just now, Apollo? That was crazy. I'm sorry. I'm like. Anyway, Windows 11's not ready for prime time. There's still a lot of compatibility issues between software and stuff. I can't use it because there's Cubase and VST plugins and all kinds of stuff. Oh, Twitch. Okay, so the in-stream ads still get played when you have ad block, but you don't, unless you have some really new advanced ad block thing going on. And usually what happens is if you have ad block now, if for the in-stream ads, so you see a screen that says like, please don't use ad block or something. It still stops and pauses the stream. Let me know if you see any ads though, like in-stream ads. I'd be curious. Yeah. Yeah, I've too many. Brave breaks too many things. Nicola Drummer, what are ads? Do you have Twitch Turbo? Is that your I have Twitch Turbo flex? Really? You have no ads? My ad blockers don't tend to block the ads, although I don't need it because I had Twitch Turbo. My experience is just super ignorant when it comes to ads on Twitch because I've had Twitch Turbo for so long, where I've only watched streams I'm sub to. How often do you watch streams that you're not sub to and you don't see any in-stream ads? I'm pretty sure Twitch has figured out a way to work around that. Oh, maybe it is your country location. You're in Siberia? That's crazy. I should have known that, but I didn't have that memorized for some reason. Hey, you have drummer in your name, right? So, do you have any music that's recorded? Or you just like drumming? What kind of, do you play set? Do you want, like, streams you're not sub to? And you don't see ads? That's interesting. That banner ad was very unintrusive. If Twitch can go that direction, that gives me some hope. Now, if they can fix that and the view count and the 2014, dude, that is forever. Yeah, and if they can keep the streams from crashing, so that people don't have to like refresh when it breaks. And they can get the view count to be like accurate, and they can organize the platform. If they do one of those things at TwitchCon, I'll be back into like Twitch growth is possible on Twitch. Because I think if they fix one of those issues, view count, that might be it, actually, Apollo. Is there release notes for what it fixes? That's pretty recent. That's within the window, at least. I mean, you could always go back. Does your motherboard have BIOS flashback or dual BIOS? The beta versions are usually fine anyway. They wouldn't really mass release a beta version if it was going to brick your system. Then you're fine. You can always roll back. Although Asus boards, the flashback feature is inconsistent at best, but you know, I have seen it work. I've also seen it not work. If you have a MSI or Gigabyte board, you're probably fine. Even if it's Asus is great. I'm just talking about the flashback feature, not the actual like board itself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought so because you said flashback, which is the word. That's the key word. That is the key word. I want this camera to be a little bit less like I'm looking down on you guys. I can't win because my monitors are like super in the way. I have no good place to like make the camera setup work. I don't know what to do. But this is better, I guess. There are some blue live gigs on YouTube, but it's not great audio quality. Dude, I understand. I was just curious as a musician. I took a long break from music myself. And, you know, I don't know if you know, I released an album in March that you can listen to. It's on Spotify and all that stuff. Nah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Google it and see if people say it fixes the issue. Google like that. Oh, you heard me practicing? Yeah, you should go listen to the actual album, yeah, like the final album. It's I put a lot of work into it, so um, it's it's done. The second album is going to be actually a full band, drums, bass, guitar, everything. I'm not trying to lean away from acoustic on the second album, but I'm having trouble with that. Oh my god. My water tastes awful because I brushed my teeth. Wow. Oh my god. This toothpaste plus my lemon water is not. No, you don't, tacos. Just get in here and hang out with me, huh? Ugh. Oh. Wow. That is not a good combo. Oh, God. Yeah, lemon. Yeah, you're gonna have to Google it. Google the BIOS like revision in my face right now. Google the BIOS revision and like maybe there's a Reddit thread. Usually there's a Reddit thread if you're gonna find anything. Maybe say like, what does it fix? I don't know. Honestly, Apollo, just go back to Windows 10. Are you within like the? Did you upgrade from 10 to 11, or did you just straight up install 11? Because you can still undo it and go back, but that might leave you with issues as well. You may want to do like an OS replacement. Just install a fresh copy of 10. If you can, format the drive, like, back up all your stuff to like Google Drive or something that you need. I don't tend to keep anything I need on my C drive except on the desktop, which is immediately backed up to Google Drive, so that if I have a problem, I can just totally wipe my C drive and start fresh and just re-download the files. I don't keep really important stuff on the desktop, though. On the C drive. Yeah, I would go back to 10, dude. You're gonna... Windows 11, I don't know if it's ever gonna be ready. They might like bring out like a Windows 11.1. And then you could be like, okay, they fixed stuff. 11's just a buggy mess. In general. Even when it is working. You're just gonna have... You're already having issues, so my point is already there. You're already experiencing it. Alright, Tacos. I'll put my headphones back on for you. Let's stream. You turn on your stream and then it'll be real. All of this will be finally real. The reality. The reality of the tech of tacos. The tech of tacos. When are they getting rid of the Twitch friends thing? I still have that on the side. I still have friends. Aren't they supposed to get rid of it? Oh, God. That taste. I'm thirsty, but I don't want to drink anything. You're hosting me, so that's awkward. Hold on a sec. Everybody, hold on. Nicola, drummer, would you drum? Like, is there a reason you're not drumming right now? Is it because of, like, you don't have access to a drum set, or you don't have anybody to play with? Like, what's the reason? Are you injured? Or no time. I think there's so many reasons that things fall out of our life. It's not even really fun. All right, so we're gonna be probably watching some YouTube videos. I better get that queued up. Tacos and I, we may go into the health category today. We'll see. Okay, I should turn these lights down. It's blinding. Streaming is hard because you have to like blast yourself in an uncomfortable manner with all kinds of light. It's not always the most. It looks easy. It's not. It's actually very not easy. Can I just turn my lights down and sacrifice a little bit of frame rate? You guys don't care, right? So that's fine, right? You don't want me to be blind.
Hello.
Hello, Tacos. How do you feel about Windows 11?
Oh, sorry, it's Lupin. Okay. Professional streaming. Anyway, I'm not that big of a fan. Personally.
Apollo said he's having computer issues, and then he said, like, so I upgraded to Windows 11. I'm like, well, there's your problem. I think it's the. Okay, let me make sure your stream's actually loaded. What?
You're like kind of distorted, but.
Did my mic volume switch again?
I guess so.
Hold on, let me look at it. Voice chat. No, it's. All right, I'll go down here. Is that better?
Speak again?
Check, test 1 2 Tacos. This is a mic tech test 1 2 checkers. Chess 1 2 3.
It's a little better. It still seems distorted though.
All right. I'm going to do my own test. Check, test 1 2. I think you just have your voice chat turned up too loud for your Discord volume because it sounds really clean and clear on mine when I do a test. So check your soundboard. Maybe your soundboard's turned up too much for the talking channel. Check, test. Check. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll bump this down just a touch, but I can't go down too much. Streaming sound is complicated, dude. I've been on it since it was first released, so basically updated with the intention of being an early adopter. Yeah, then you get what you signed up for. That is your own fault, so maybe I can extend this like this. Streaming in general, so much work. Oh, by the way, I made a TikTok yesterday that finally didn't see like good traction, and I'm wondering if it's the content of the post. I've only had 25 views on it, which is about like every post I've had so far up to this point would have closer to 100 views, and by the end of the next day it would be close to over 200 views on average. I'm wondering if I'm wondering if there's like people who, when they're new to TikTok, you get like put into a system where they like manually review the content and then decide whether or not it gets, how many people it gets pushed to. Probably not. It's probably just a coincidence. But this is really suspect. Oh, the post you were in with me, Tacos, had the most engagement.
Yeah.
People actually like went out of their way to like follow and like and that video. Yeah. Well, I would go back to Windows 10, Apollo. That's what
Oh
I would.
yeah, I should. Wait, where is my chat window? There it is.
I have to pee. I should have peed before stream.
You should have streamed before stream.
Yeah, what happened with you? Why were you not ready to stream today? Like you acted, your response made it seem like you were like, "Oh wait, is it? Am I stream? Today's a stream day."
No, well, I mean, I usually stream at 1 anyway, so.
It's 1:20.
Yeah, I know.
When did I message you?
Like 12:17.
Right. So I was asking if if it's happening or not. Cause setup time, typing in titles,
True.
turning on the cameras, getting all the lights on. Streaming's a lot of work. That's why I'm like, I'm starting to see that the return on investment for creators that have been doing this for years is too low. Everybody I talked to about that's been streaming for like 3 to 4 years, they all like, most of them are very good, and even when it's working, it's not working like fast enough.
Yeah.
So that's why I made that dramatic tweet. I got into a Twitter fight. So,
But your constructive criticism is so toxic.
really, the problem is you can't have an informed opinion on a subject when somebody else feels like it's not true. And the context of what you're saying becomes unimportant because, well, that I don't see that being as true. And it's always Jared saw this too when he was getting into Twitter fights. He doesn't like to do it anymore, but you get into Twitter fights with these Twitch streamers. Well, okay, Tacos, are you fighting with your mic stand over there?
Sorry, I just wanted it to be at a better angle.
Fixed. I fixed it. Were you using your feet to adjust the mic stand?
I should title this stream "Fighting My Mic Stand."
CKX car. I'm holding my pee. It's bad. It's bad. I'll be right back. Actually,
You friggin' pee.
That's right. Everybody, use the word pee so someone is uncomfortable. At least one person is uncomfortable right now. It's me. I am the one who has to pee.
So, what's you guys up to? Okay. Let's make sure we're...
Done. Oh, no. Okay. CKX Core. Hi. Oh, tacos. I have a topic I want to talk about actually.
Yeah.
Insecurities. Do you have any tacos? Do you know what that feels like? You don't know how to be sore, so I don't know if I asked Tacos once if he's ever been sore.
Actually, I was, before,
Insecure or
like-
sore?
oh yes, I've been sore before.
But when I
Yeah,
asked
that
you, you
makes
said
sense.
you'd never been sore. So what am I?
But, I guess I forgot at the moment, but I have. Like one time, like I had to move like furniture like over by the trash, and like my back got sore the next day.
So you lied to me. You're a liar. Why you lie?
I don't know. It's like 2011 or something. 2013.
Tacos is a little big fat liar. Speaking of being fat, I don't want to use that color. Oh, I have to look for it later. Man, insecurities are the worst. How do you stop being insecure about things? Do you have insecurities? And think about it for real. Don't tell me no. If it's gonna be a year later you're gonna be like, actually, this one time I was moving furniture and I was really insecure about it. We all have
I mean-
insecurities. We all do, except I don't know if Tacos does. Because maybe your
mean,
disability
I-
keeps you from feeling insecure.
No, there's definitely things like I'm insecure about or whatever. Like,
Are they
you
hard to
mean,
talk
like-
about?
You mean being like kind of secretive on certain things, right?
Like you don't yeah, okay, so like you don't want to you don't like to share how you feel about something, or you feel inadequate, like you don't measure up, or you're worried people
Yeah.
you're worried people will like are uncomfortable. I don't know what
Yeah.
Yeah. I could be autistic and not know it, but I don't think I'm something else. I'm weird. I'm definitely not normal. But who's normal anyway, right?
Yeah.
I just don't know what it's like for you.
I mean, I'm high functioning or whatever, but like my brain like puts up all these barriers to to prevent me from like achieving things or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Actually, I would say your brain is less of the issue. It's more society's. Society doesn't give you room. This is true for a lot of disabled people. I had a really close friend in college who was legally blind. He could like see, but he had to like look like right on top of things, right?
Yeah.
And he's like in his mid-20s, and he'd never, just because of the way he grew up, his family hadn't taught him how to function. They did everything for him, while simultaneously berating him for not being like independent, which is so weird. But like he didn't know how to do laundry. He didn't know how to do, I'm the person teaching him to be like more independent, how to cook, how to
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, if you can play video games, you can do laundry. You know. Says the BIOS update will first be arriving in May. We're only 8 days away from being the last day of the month. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't been keeping track. I just saw the announcement. And some motherboard manufacturers push it out faster. Yeah, well, the temporary workaround is to turn the TMP chip off. But I can't. I haven't figured out. The last BIOS update made it. I don't know where it is in my BIOS now. I looked for like a few minutes and it just was like, whatever, I don't care. So it didn't seem like there was an off function, which is weird. Anyway,
and it seems like they're like, there's all these jobs for autistics, but not for learning disabled people.
oh, tell me about it. Yeah.
It's like, just because they have the tisms doesn't mean they're like as learning disabled. Yeah, they have other problems, no doubt. But
Yeah. Song normalization. I wish Spotify.
you don't be scared. I'm telling to my mom.
I know. I'm aware. And the stream is now also aware. Everybody knows, the whole world. all 11 people in the whole world. There was the rapture, and there's only 13 of us left. Everybody's here. This is the largest. We've grown to the top. The top.
we just need to post to more communities.
Yeah, you have to not use the exactly. That's yeah. I wasn't very clear, but you have to turn off the encryption, which you don't need it for Windows 10, but you do need it for Windows 11. There actually is a way to run Windows 11 without the encryption, but that's complicated too, I think. So, hello, Doc Mountain. We're talking about insecurities. I was asking Tacos if he has insecurities. Insecurities aren't necessarily things you don't want to talk about, not really secrets entirely. Some of them may feel like secrets, but they're more like just things you keep to yourself generally, and you have to kind of be willing to open up about them. Not that you hide it forever,
Yeah.
but that like it's not something a lot of people don't typically talk about insecurities. And I don't think that's maybe healthy.
Yeah.
We need to be more open about insecurities in general in the public sphere, because we all have them, and I think we're all kind of like suffering from the same things. And this kind of leads back over to like the nutrition side. A lot of people don't want to talk about themselves as being sick, even though they are. Like people don't even recognize that they're ill until they get better. And most people don't get better, so they never recognize their illnesses, right? We've normalized being sick, which is kind of what some of the videos, like Sean Baker's talked about this a lot with people. Dr. Sean Baker. Illness is so normalized in our society, in the world today. You know, aches and pains are normal, and the things that would make people better, they don't want to do. It's sad. It's actually very scary, because you could heal and feel a lot better and be a lot better. I was watching a video this morning where he said, you know, he's cutting people's legs off because of their sickness. You have to amputate their legs, and they still won't change their lifestyle or the things that are making them sick. A lot of it is just food related. So if they just change their diet, they could keep their legs. And people in their 20s, they don't think this way. You don't think you're ever going to feel that bad.
Yeah.
And then you get to be 30 and you start to notice things aren't the same, and then you get to be 40 and you're like, things are really not the same. And then you're 50. I see a lot of people also, I'll say this and they'll be like, I'm not going to live that long anyway. And it's like, dude, the thing you don't realize is every year goes by faster as you get older. Time starts to move faster as you get older. Either that or time is just flying by, and for all of us, and we don't notice. But the year seems to move faster as I get older. Insecurities are a tough subject to tackle in general. Oh, you're telling us Doc's telling us about his insecurities. I'll tell you about mine. I'm willing to open up about them. Also because I feel like your insecurities can be they can be worked on either by changing your ideals, because that's usually what is creating the insecurity. I can talk about that a little bit. Or you can work on them by making yourself feel more secure by changing whatever it is that's making you. So either not judging yourself is one option in that way, right? Or changing the thing that makes you insecure. And it's kind of a moving battle as well. You can for me, like being overweight was this insecurity kind of thing. Oh, it does include 2000? Oh, okay. I haven't experienced it on my 2000 chip on my stream computer. Maybe I have, and I just don't interact with the computer enough, and I just don't notice it. But because it's on over there. Well, the word judge is confusing in this context, Doc. Judging yourself can happen without you actively doing it. And what I'm Jazz Jackrabbit, hello. Hi. I remember you. I played that game on DOS like crazy. It looks like a Game Boy Advance game or something. Anyway, what happens is we end up judging ourselves without realizing it because of the ideals that we hold. Right? We end up we scrutinize ourselves because we end up comparing ourselves to where we wish we were, which is an ideal. That's something what you want to be. You can't be critical without a comparison. Right? That's kind of how it works. So the ideal, and sometimes those ideals, the ideals that you set up are not your own. They're given to you by society or people around you, expectations. The internet they can be subconsciously driven. If you consume a lot of social media like Instagram, it starts to look like everybody's life is amazing and beautiful, and because people only put that kind of stuff on Instagram, and so you're not really connecting with the reality, and so you start to get a false sense of what the ideals that are developing in your mind. You're not aware of it happening, I guess, because it's a subconscious kind of traction that's happening between you and your activity. Anyway, so you're insecure about being good enough as a dad. So that's your ideal. You have an ideal that you as a father, you want to be a certain way, and you feel like you're not living up to that ideal, that standard. The judge, it's like a judge saying, "Are you good enough? Prove you're good enough." So that can be like a source of insecurities. I think these things can be healthy, though, in some way, because if you allow it to be a judge in the moment, you can actively decide to make decisions that might benefit you as being a better father, right? You may be like, well, I do want to be the best father I possibly can be. So, is there anything I could do? What do I do to do that? What else can I do to be a better father? Maybe I need to go hug my kids right now. Yeah, Tacos is super quiet. Tacos.
Oh.
Or is he? You just mean he's not talking? He's not talking much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm here.
He looks like he's about the same volume on the meter as I am. He's just not talking much. Tacos
Yeah.
Tacos will talk when he's ready.
Yeah.
Or when I'm done over talking.
Yeah.
I talk too much.
I just don't want to interrupt either. So.
You can interrupt Tacos, it's fine.
Okay.
Insecurities. I'm watching your stream too, Tacos, by the way, and we still have the view count issue. We're gonna tackle this, a little bit of this on the podcast for IQ. Oh, I should change my title to match yours. I'm gonna do that too. Well, I don't. There's always a solution. You just have to find it. That's kind of a nice thing to say, but
Yeah.
complicated in action.
I don't think there's a fix for the count being broken.
Here's the other problem. There's sometimes there's no solution, and and that's what you find. We can't fix Taco's view count. That's a good example, right? We can't make Twitch discoverable, unfortunately.
You just need communities.
Let's not go there. Tacos is getting ready to fight. Let's continue talking about insecurities, right? So one of the things that's like driving me crazy right now is it's like I kind of feel like out of the frying pan into the fire a little bit with my weight loss. A lot of people, and I get it, I feel this way too. A lot of people don't want to there you go, Apollo. Give it a shot and see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't want to lose weight, or they use it as an excuse to not lose weight because they don't want a bunch of loose skin. And I get that. I understand. I have loose skin that bothers me. And it's not even that much to begin with at this point. It's an insecurity. I know what to do to work on it. But it's a work. It's not like you can turn on something and have it be fixed. Not easily, not right away. So I used to be 300 pounds, and I tried to lose weight at a rate that wasn't going to be too detrimental to my body, because your body can clean up a lot of the loose skin or whatever. So, but I'm insecure about that. I'm at a place where I'm still overweight. I still probably need to lose I'm probably at like 19% body fat, so I have probably at least 9% body fat to lose. A lot of it's still in my midsection, which is weird. And I'm going to have to gain a bunch of weight in muscle in order to counteract some of the loose skin, and that's only going to go so far. You can only get so swole and big. So I was insecure about how I looked as an overweight person, which manifested itself in weird ways. I would almost like play a character of myself. I wasn't really like in full connection with myself. I was like playing a version. I was like performing a version of myself because of the insecurity. And that's probably still true to some extent. That's a very hard thing to work on, being like authentic in every moment. Especially when you're on display, like on camera. Do you feel that, Tacos?
Yeah. For sure.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know that it's totally a bad thing to like put yourself on into a mindset where you feel like you have to perform. That can be good. You want to be a performer on some level, but also like I was just that way as a human. No, that is your own That's yeah. That's your solution for sure. Apollo is buying one of those chips and using the header. But there's no point when the BIOS update's right around the corner. But again, I would just not use Windows 11. Oh, I still have the bad taste. I'm gonna have to use different toothpaste.
I have Manjaro on the laptop, but
Oh, yeah. Let's see if that works. Hopefully, that's enough to alleviate your current issues, and that you don't run into any more. Yeah. So, I think you should, not let loose skin be a reason to not lose weight because being overweight has health consequences. Um, and I'd rather have loose skin. I'm skipping 11 for now. Yeah. I'd rather lose weight, be healthy, and live a long time and have a little bit of loose skin. It motivates me to lift weights because that's like if I fill out like this loose skin in my neck that needs to go, and it's just gonna get a little bit worse as I lose weight. Can fill out if I fill out my neck muscles. So it motivates me to go to the gym and work out and stuff. So the ideal is like I'm comfortable with the ideal because it pushes me to like better myself. I'm getting better about some of my other insecurities. There's some things I'm insecure about that I can't change. That at least I don't know of a way to change it, and I just kind of have to live with it. A lot of people have this about their voice. They're insecure about how they sound on a microphone. They don't like hearing their own voice. It's one of those things. I guess your voice is a little more adaptable. Like you could change how you talk and how you sound to a degree. Yeah. You can kind of change that. So that's not exactly, but to some extent it's relatable because your voice certainly is what it is to a degree, and trying to change it because you don't like it is maybe the wrong approach. You should accept how you sound and be comfortable with who you are. Things like your hair, your height. Your height's probably a good one. A lot of guys are probably insecure about their height. I'm basically 6 foot tall, and I'm insecure about my height a little bit, so I get it. Right? I'm like 5'11", and sometimes if I stand up more straight, I can get it to be closer to 6. If I'm wearing shoes, I'm definitely 6 foot tall. I don't know. That shouldn't be as much of an insecurity, but it is. That one comes from the ladies. The ladies make me feel not tall enough. Windows will lose support for security updates in 2025, though. There'll be Windows 12 will be out before 2025, my dude. We'll be on Windows 11.1.17,000, and it will be a completely new revision of the OS, and you'll be able to move the taskbar. And
oh my god, so revolutionary.
Yeah, security updates aren't like the biggest concern in the world either. You could probably get away with being okay without security updates for a while. Like I've used Windows XP with no concern.
Like watch Microsoft put in something like Compiz, and then they'll be like, "This is amazing."
Also, there are no security updates that fully protect you. Period. When it comes to this is a whole other topic, but security updates in general if a government wants to get in and they have the current I can get in and see your stuff software, they're getting in. There's no security updates that will stop it. So you're lucky to be 6 foot tall. It has never been an issue for me. Aw, we should measure. You should come to TwitchCon, and we'll stand. No, they can get in as long as they have your anything, IP address, phone number. They can get in. The current hacking software is absurd. There was a security expert talking about this on the Joe Rogan show, like last month, I think. I don't know. It was recent enough. You might want to go listen to that. The current software that lets them in, all they need is a point. They don't need you to click on anything. They just need to want to get in. And they can get in. So, and that's only going to get more saturated and true as time goes on. Anyway. You're 6 foot tall. Are you insecure about your height, Tacos?
Not really.
Yeah, because you're not all like lady chasing. Right? So you don't have to worry about how girl feels that you're not tall.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about monkeypox from fluid.
Let's not open that can of worms. Are you exactly 6 foot tall? Not a little bit under or a little bit over? Height's a hard one. Anyway, so my biggest insecurity is since I was about 13 years old, I've been like covered in stretch marks. Like I've had multiple babies. all the way around. They're here. They're basically scars here at this point. And I don't know. I'd have to do it like this. These, I don't know if you can see that here. They're ancient. They're just like completely ancient. Is this Twitch? Is this okay for Twitch? Here, you can kind of see this one is still like not a full scar yet, not like a white scar. It's like pinkish, and this is just all down my arm. So I've never been comfortable, and on the back of my arms too, back here, and like all the way around my body, down in here, on my knees. My body, I was very active, but I was overweight since I was like 13 years old, and my skin just did not like my activity level, I guess, to some degree. And I end up inappropriately judging myself. Yeah, I know, Apollo. I'm not really that worried about my stretch marks anymore. It doesn't do me any good to be like worried about them. There's nothing I can do about them. Getting sun helps a bit. But they're just like ancient. They're all over me. I'm like, I look like I was dragged through the desert on the back of a truck or something for like a month straight. I'm like dragged through sticks. I'm like tiger striped. I have all these stripes all over me, and luckily it's not too bad. But you can see, I don't know if you can see these, but this whole area in here is even all the way down here. It's not super bad, and being muscular helps a lot. Having muscles, because it's like balances it out, right? If the stretch marks are unattractive, the muscles are attractive, so you can kind of balance the scales. That's why I'm doing my best to try and like put muscle on, fill this back up, so that the loose skin is more full with muscle instead of fat. and then hopefully that just counterbalances the insecurity a bit, because I can be like, well, I'm fit, at least. So, because I've never really been fit. I've been, there was one point in my life for a while where I looked really good, as fit as you could possibly call me, and it did feel really good to be like that. But I think I was like 15, 16 years old, maybe. No, probably 15. Tacos, do you want to get fit? I'm going to take you to the gym.
Sure.
Sure. Sure. He says sure. You need to move in, and then I'll make you fit. We'll make you a fit boy. You want to flex?
You'll fit all the fries? No.
Are there actually a lot of hot tub streamers, hot tub streamers? I know there's at least 2 that are like memeing it, right?
Maybe we need to green screen a hot tub.
You want to go into the hot tub category? People think I have, it kind of looks like I have dark eye circles, by the way. This is another like minor insecurity, but I don't actually have dark eye circles. It's just like the shape of my face. Does this make it more obvious that I don't have? If I go like this, you can obviously see I don't have dark eye circles. But it is an insecurity because people tell me that it looks like I'm tired, or that I have dark eye circles. I did have dark eye circles when I was not eating the way that I'm eating, not sleeping enough, playing too many video games, not getting enough sunlight. And so that it is just compounded by the shape of my face. No, I sleep a ton, dude. You want to see? I have a tracker. Here's my sleep score for last night. 87. Okay. 8 hours. Yesterday, even though I got an hour less sleep, it's still high quality sleep, 84. Day before that, this is why I was able to get away with less sleep. 9 hours, 82. Even a lower score, even though I got more sleep. 8 hours, almost 9 hours there. That's 86. I don't know. It's hard to read that smaller text, huh? Here's a 10-hour sleep. Day before that, 9.5. Yeah, 7. Almost 8 hours. 8.46. 8.53, and it's very consistent. I get the same amount of light sleep and deep sleep pretty consistently. At least an hour of deep sleep, if not an hour and a half. 9 hours there. 9 hours there. 10.5. Is that enough? You can also see all my exercise. There's a walk and the gym. We'll go back. We'll go forward. Walk. No gym on this day. Walk 3 miles. Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, I didn't walk because that was my day off. Walk. Gym. 3-mile walk. Three-mile walk. Gym. Anyway, you gotta get the point. It just keeps going like that because I'm very consistent. Yeah, the Fitbit is nice because it does help you be accountable. It is good. It's very good for that. I recommend it. So I have this, and my heart rate right now is 77, which you can't see. I used to have a streaming heart rate of 100 when I first started wearing the Fitbit. 77 is amazing for being live on stream, being anxious about being live. Anyway, I don't have dark eye circles, okay? It's a lie, okay? What I have is the need for more lights in the right position. So that I don't look like I have dark eye circles. But then I have like to deal with these giant bright lights in my face. And on camera. And reflections on screens. Nobody wants to see. Okay, does that make me look less like dark eye circle-y? Everybody should have a Fitbit, even though, you know, they'll explode. You should have some kind of sleep tracker at least. I think that's a good idea. My resting heart rate was about this, actually, when I first got the Fitbit. And it's come down significantly since I lost all the weight. The 37 pounds. And where's the hot tub category? I want to look. I should just search for it. Pools, hot tubs, and beaches. Sandy hot beaches. Should hang out on a sandy hot beach with the sandy hot beaches. All right, and good luck with the BIOS update. See you in about 20 minutes. They take a while now. It's crazy how long they actually take. Okay, I don't see a single guy stream on the first 3 rows. But there is someone watching Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, actually. God, this is gross. This reminds me. This category reminds me of TikTok Live so much. It's gross. Somebody watching Mr. Bean. There's a Duckville thing. Not a single guy yet. Just TV shows and movies. There's literally someone streaming The Hobbit. Oh, there's a guy with a giant bong on a bed in the hot tub pools category, but he is shirtless.
Is it a waterbed at least?
No. I mean, maybe, but he doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. First guy.
Because the waterbed would technically be a pool.
I'm looking for the next guy. There's a one viewer 11-hour stream with Rickroll happening. I don't know why you would do that. People can see it.
I think you're on the wrong Discord window, but...
Oh, I'm not sharing this.
Oh, okay. I see.
I'm scared to share the hot tub category on stream.
I see.
Yeah, everybody should care enough about their health. By the way, does this make me look like I have less dark eye circles? I think I still have it kind of like going on this side. I'm not exactly sure how to alleviate. Coward. True, I am. That is a cowardice thing. I shouldn't be afraid of that because I don't care about getting banned or losing affiliate or anything anymore. My eyes look fine. It's actually just like the shape of my face. Like, makes it kind of like look like I have... It's like the way my eyes are down here. I think the weight loss too makes it look a little baggier. Like, because there's some extra skin on, like here, on my eyes. I had like fat face for so long. This is the stuff that bothers me the most because my profile. If I stand up straight and I'm like kind of normal, it's not so bad. But if I'm like relaxed a bit, this kind of sags, and it drives me crazy. I really got to fill my neck up. This is the thing I want to get rid of the most. I don't care so much about loose skin on my arms, because my arms are actually starting to look a lot better anyway from the weightlifting. The weightlifting will fix a lot of it. I'm pretty sure I can do a lot with just the weightlifting. But you see, what you don't know is my inner child. Do you have an inner child? Are you in touch with your inner child? I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Actually, I want to tell you guys about this, and then I'll tell you about my inner child. I want to make a YouTube channel that's like a weird, like, machine like thing. Maybe my Heartex. You guys know the Heartex? You're all aware of the Heartex, right? This thing. You guys aren't aware. This is the machine heart. The heart of the machine.
Oh, yeah.
Right? This bad boy. So the Heartex, so many people don't realize building muscle, it's a huge important, and a lot of people will also overdo it. So I was thinking maybe I should just do this. Would this make for a good YouTube video? I could just do this. I was thinking about making a YouTube channel where I make like it's kind of like a story-based fictional thing that's like based on truths that are unspoken or misunderstood in reality, and like making it like, yes, especially to viewers, hi. Making it called, like, I'll call it the rules, right? And just I'll use a voice. So we'll use a voice effect. So let's see. Something like 14. And then let's go way down. Go like this.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Something like this, maybe. Maybe that's,
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. A lot of both. More. Let's try this one. Maybe this is better. Let's go more. I don't know. I'll make an effect. Right? Some kind of crazy effect. And I was thinking about making it kind of like a fictional thing about reality, where I list these rules. The rules of reality. The rules of existence. The things we're all kind of fighting. The things that seem unfair. See, I'm starting to develop this personal philosophy. Should I turn this off, or do you want me to stay here? Is this too weird and distracting?
It's fine with me.
Tacos, everything's fine with you. I want
Sure.
CKX Core's take. He has a. I would let him decorate. All right, I'll stay here. I'm trying to gather my thoughts so that this makes sense and is appropriately proper for my approach to what I want to do. Basically, it would just be like a creature talking to you and telling you hard truths that you need to accept. Maybe it'd be like from the perspective of like, this is the broadcast of in the future, and it's like the government control, you know, like in those dystopian movies where you have the broadcast and it's like telling you the rules of society. But this is the universe's broadcast to tell you the rules of the universe, that the hard things to accept and those hard truths, if you accept them, then you get into like the right spot and flow with existence itself. So I'll give you the first rule. This is the first rule I came up with that I was thinking about using. The first rule is that there are rules, and if you figure them out, you will be blessed or prosper. I don't know which word I want to use, but basically it's that. It's like, okay, first rule of the universe, follow the rules, and you'll do well. And then some of the rules are things like irony is important. So it'd be like weird things like that. Does that ring true with anybody? That statement? Irony is important. Do you think that's true, Tacos? From a universe expectation? It's like if the universe had expectations, irony looks so important to me. Like everything that happens has to be somewhat ironic. If there's no irony, it's a lie. What you're seeing is a mirage. It doesn't really exist. It must be ironic. In some way. There must be irony. It's embedded. It's like the universe needs to laugh about what's happening. There has to be a sense of humor. That's another way to look at it. It has to be funny. But like God is laughing at what's happening because it's like so ironic. I'll give you some examples. Being rich and famous comes at a cost. Like there's always some sort of trade-off. I'll give you another example. Proper nutrition. This one's a harder one. I don't want to piss anybody off and get into debates with these. That's why I want to do it on the YouTube channel and not here. I'll let people fight it out in the comments. But we don't get the thing. I made it. My TikTok is about this. Should I share my TikTok? The rules. The life is about the rules, and the rules we don't like the rules. Yeah, it's like taking those truest proverbs. I can't speak, and like I don't know. I'm starting to develop my own little philosophy about how I think everything sort of functions. But like the universe, Tacos, you should go back to your chatting screen when we do this.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to capture it very quick.
You should.
Yeah, studio.
Studio mode.
I'm pro. So I must manually.
This is what I know for sure right now. The universe does have rules. And humans are fighting those rules. Like crazy fighting. Like fighting so hard to not let the rules be true. The true rules of the universe. Let's see. Yeah, let's do 720p and reset. Cold boot. People don't like them. We're seeing it in society right now. Like a lot of ideologies and the way things are being like fought. Like people are they're very frustrated with the way reality works, and it's deeply seated and embedded in. I don't know where it came from or why it's there, but I do see it. It's becoming more like a louder and louder noise. It's like the noise of humanity is like rising and it's just complaining. And if we really complained about the rules and how unfair, like, okay, for instance, I'll give you a very clear example of what I mean. Humans need sleep. Imagine if we had a generation of people that didn't sleep because it's unfair. So, like, the rules are deeply embedded into the existence itself. And I get it. If I could choose to make this place different, we would all change it. We would all make it different. I could tell you the things I would change, that we all have to kind of deal with, that are their own level of frustrations and difficulty. Sleep is definitely one of them. But there are rules here. And the thing is, a lot of the rules we just accept. On a good base surface level, we just accept the rules. And it happens at a very early age. We would all be absolutely crazy if we didn't actually accept the rules in the situation for the most part, because reality is strange. It's strange enough that it will drive you absolutely mad if you really, really approached it properly. Because the story is you're a creature that popped into existence, into a place. A lot of the rules are unspoken, and they're just kind of accepted, right? Because you have to accept that these are the rules of existing here. It's not like, oh, I think my OBS just freaked out again. It's definitely frosted.
Sad.
Yeah. It's frosted. Not my stream. No, the stream's fine. It's the
Yeah.
it's the one that's not doing anything except passing information across the capture card. Yep, it's frosted. I'm gonna have to reopen it now. Says it's already running. Anyway, the rules of existence are seemingly difficult and unfair. Oh, that's weird. My profile tried to switch back to the 4K. Discord screen share one. Let me just get this set back up, and then I'll try to get my mind back in the right place to talk about. But does this sound like... I think this could be what do you think? Do you think this could be a weirdly good YouTube content?
Probably.
The rules, the universe's rules, broadcast. I just have to make sure that it all makes sense, and that the story's kind of cohesive enough. I think we're back to a good spot now. Yeah, it looks right. Oh, good. Everything's working, except my YouTube connection is yelling at me for some reason. That's weird. It's not even happening right now. Custom browser docs. There we go. Now you can stop yelling at me. OBS. But yeah, I get it. We all show up here. We all just kind of appear, right? This place, and we kind of immediately take it for granted that we're here. Play as. I had another dream in Korean.
Oh, yeah. Sunny's here, chat, so.
You haven't seen me have this effect on stream in quite a while. No, I was talking about what I might want to do for a YouTube content. By the way, turning off the mid-roll ad structure thing Seems to be like one of the best decisions I ever made for the stream. So don't let the pre-rolls happen and don't run mid-roll ads. We don't have people complaining about ads right now. Mid-roll ads are the worst thing. Give us the test. Go play Rocket League and tell us how it goes, Apollo. I want to know.
Let me look at my settings.
I know I haven't had this effect in a while because I don't have the green screen anymore. One of the ones, there's actually something in here that needs to go.
Okay.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Maybe.
So you
We'll just
said
leave it
to run the pre-rolls?
No, don't. Yeah, let the pre-rolls run. Don't run mid-roll ads. I don't know. I don't know. I'm figuring this out, but it seems to be better to let the mid-rolls are too disruptive for the current stream.
Oh, I had both off, but
Well, you can't turn pre-rolls off. You can just say turn them off if I run a mid-roll ad. There's no option to disable pre-rolls. You can disable mid-roll ads though.
oh, okay, I see.
The phrasing is very specific. Disable pre-roll ads when you run a mid-roll ad. So I wish you could disable all the ads. That would be awesome. Twitch doesn't want that happening. I did see a banner ad pop up while I was watching. I'm logged in on my bot account and have that open so I could see what's going on an account that will get ads. I haven't seen any mid-roll ads, and I've only seen one banner ad, which was really undisruptive, which that's what Twitch needs to do. Okay. Anyway, I think that would be fun. Yeah, I think your problem was the TPM security bug. It's an actual bug causing the. So, yeah. I think you're good, Apollo. I mean, not that Windows 11 is going to be any more stable at this point than Windows 10 was or offer you any benefit, but it won't hitch anymore. So now you have the side grade instead of the downgrade. So it's up to you whether or not that's worth it. Good for you. You can figure it out. I wish it was an upgrade. I was actually very hopeful for Windows 11. So, yep. The universe is crazy, dude. It's like a weird place. It's very difficult. Imagine you came into a different universe in the middle. Like you were alive, and then you went somewhere else and everything's totally different. Instead, you have to, instead of sleep, you have to like recharge. You have to like plug in for 8 hours a day. You know, like the Borg? Like you showed up and you're now a Borg instead of, or you're any other kind of creature. You have wings. You have, you know, there's a lot of things that could be completely different, and the rules could be completely different. So we settle into the rules of this universe very slowly as a baby, you know, and we start off with like very vulnerable, and we have to be taken care of, and we learn the rules very quickly. It's like a language. It's like when you learn how to speak and you learn language early, because you're consuming. Yeah, I don't have wings. Oh, you have wings? That's awesome. Your mind is consuming the rules and like getting structured to exist, and we just kind of take it for granted. we have to sleep, we have to poop, we have to pee, we have to drink water, we have to eat. Like the rules, but then they go way beyond that too, right? You also learn what the rules are with other people. Like you learn like interacting with other people, and a lot of these can be like tainted and wrong. Like you learn how a toxic family environment or home, violence begets violence kind of thing, and it gets passed down generationally because of this mechanism by which we learn. Oh, you know what I called? I'm so stupid. Let's do this again. Let's do this in the right order this time. We generationally... Oh, it did. It did stick. It did stick. It stuck. Alright, well, I'll manually do it anyway. I'm still seeing the capture card cut out. Maybe I should actually do this. Let's try this one. We absorb all these things as a baby, as a creature. And I'm just gonna run something. Mr. Sam on down. Oh, the issue with Rocket League is still happening. I don't know, Apollo. I don't play video games anymore, so I can't help you with that. Do you play video games? Yes. Very rarely. Sometimes I think about playing Breath of the Wild, but then I don't. But then I just don't. I don't know. I just think people need to kind of like start thinking about things and approaching things differently. So I think a YouTube channel that was like this weird thing happening on the screen telling you what the rules are, and they're just very like obvious and not pointed. I'm not trying to get like as down and dig into like you must sleep 8 hours a day, but maybe like a more of a general proverby type of statement saying, rule number 12, you rest or you rest or you die. Like something like that. Things that are more general. So you're getting really hungry. That's because your body is running off of glucose from all the carbohydrates, and your body is insulin level is high, blocking its leptin from getting to your brain. So you think you're hungry, even though you probably have plenty of nutrition and energy to get you through. Go eat some healthy fat and protein, so you have less of an insulin spike and shorter insulin spike, so that the protein can trigger a proper satiety response, and you will not feel hunger where I have to eat now. I have to eat now. What are you frying it in? Butter, hopefully. Or ghee. That's good. You should add some butter to that. There's not quite enough fat in that meal. Yeah, add some butter and salt. More fat, the more full. And protein too. Protein's actually what triggers the ghrelin hormone to stop and the leptin hormone to go. It triggers the satiety signals. That's why if you you can eat like a bunch of non-protein foods and still be very hungry. You can eat like 12 bags of popcorn and still be never feel full. Or like a box of oranges and still never feel full because your body
Or
doesn't.
like a pound of pasta and not feel full.
Yeah, because there's no protein, and there's a little bit more. There's a little bit of protein in pasta. Let's be fair, but it's wrapped up in so many anti-nutrients that your body's going to have trouble collecting, and the sugar and the glucose response is going to stop the satiety signals anyway. It's not enough protein. It's almost none. So, and it's all bound up in plant toxins anyway, and sugar.
Fruit has most protein though.
Give me one fruit that has high protein.
I
One.
really don't know.
I do. It's called. Yeah, look it up, tacos. High protein fruit. Let's go.
Here's 8 of them apparently. Avocado apparent.
Avocado.
Apricot.
How much protein is in an avocado compared to an egg? One egg.
There's 6 grams of protein in an avo.
Mm-hmm. I forget how much is in one egg.
Six
So it's the
grams
same.
of protein in an egg.
Same. Oh, it matches an egg, which that's not too bad. But it's plant protein, so it's gonna be absorbed less, and it is surrounded by. It's not avocados aren't as toxic, but it's still not. It still very much depends on your body's response in absorbing the protein, how much it gets absorbed. Most people don't just eat avocados either. They typically put avocados in a taco. So now you're going to even have less of a good absorptive effect with the avocado. Same thing with, what did you say, apricot? How much protein is in an apricot?
2 grams protein per cup.
Per cup?
And this is dried.
I don't know if that would have an impact on the insulin response. How many carbohydrates are in 1 cup of that? That would be a good. How much fructose is in it?
I bet you it's like 35 grams of carbs a cup.
It's mostly fructose though, which would be immediately converted to body fat if that's the only source of carbs and you were in ketosis already. Although it would be very wary. You'd be probably pretty tired because your liver's got to work very hard. So a lot of the energy that would be going to your brain would be going to your liver to process all that fructose. And you run the risk of, if you do that long term, fatty liver disease because you have so much fructose conversion going on.
Okay, so there are 81 grams of carbs in 1/4 of a cup.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! 160 grams of carbs? I don't even eat that much. That's like a month for me. That's 16 days. That's half a month of carbohydrates for me on my heavy carb days. It takes me 16. That's a heavy carb day. So that's probably a month for me. Because there's some days where I eat maybe like 6 is my. I would say 6 is my average. 108. Oh my god. Or no, 12. I did the math wrong, didn't I? You said 60? No, you said 80. It is 16. 160. No, I was right. That's insane. How could you think that was healthy?
I guess the fiber is 9 grams, so but you have to have the fiber still regardless.
Well, most people are eating so much fiber that it's not insoluble anymore. They've upregulated the microbiome in their colon to actually process the fiber because they're eating so much fiber. Because their body's trying to fight, not getting Crohn's disease basically, and leaky gut, right?
Yeah.
Which a lot of people have anyway. So your body's trying to keep you from getting Crohn's disease and leaky gut and all kinds of colon inflammation, colon cancer, all that stuff. The fiber, so your body's upregulating, so you're actually converting that into probably amino acids. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure, 100% sure what the bacteria that, but you're also working your way towards, what is it called? The bacterial overgrowth?
Candida.
Yeah, Candida overgrowth. Is Candida what is consuming the fiber? Is that the one that consumes the fiber, most of the fiber? So you can still have a small bacteria overgrowth from other bacteria too, where it moves from from your colon up into the wrong spots.
Are you talking about SIBO?
SIBO?
Yeah, SIBO. Small intestine bacteria overgrowth.
Yeah. Yes. The imbalance of the microbiome. You don't have to worry about this if you don't eat any fiber. But that's still insane. Oh my God. I can't believe how much carbohydrate there is in. Wow. I'm actually shocked. Tacos. Where did the little camera come from? I thought I turned that off. Ah. It came from there.
I'll refresh.
What's wrong? Did my stream die?
No. I was refreshing my stream. Ah, there you are.
Your stream? What happened with yours?
No, I was refreshing the count.
Oh, I'm there. I'm counting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes you can't. Sometimes I gotta refresh the stream so you count.
That's so weird. So, do you think TikTok's suppressing my video? Did you see it?
I think so.
I started this whole rules thing as a practice. Now I'm up to 51, so it is going up. It isn't being suppressed anymore. But it was weird because usually I make the TikTok, I go to sleep, I wake up, and I have probably about 40 to 60 views on the TikTok, and then throughout the day it goes up to about 200. Today I woke up and it had 1. I was like, huh? Mo? What's going on?
One gram protein per cup. That's so much.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, you have to have. Wait, you said half a cup though. Is it 1 cup?
No, I'm talking about like of other fruits or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The apricots are 2 grams protein per
avocados
cup.
are the best. If you're not gonna eat plant proteins, I would put my risk in avocados, but it's just not structured the same way. They're not the same, and it's not really as much fat as it is just like an oil. It's like a plant oil. It's not. I don't know that it's really that bad for you, but I don't believe. I have no reason to believe it's all that good for you. Humans haven't been eating avocados all that long, so I don't know. For me, I'm not gonna choose. I'll eat some avocados here and there. some guacamole because it is good, but it's not going to be a main source. It's a condiment. I'm not doing it for the protein. I would definitely never eat apricots. I'll eat things I will never eat again. Pizza. Oh, dude. Actually, pizza's the only carb mare. The nightmare, the carb nightmares, carb mare. It's the only carb mare I've had. Is pizza. It's always pizza. Pizza's such an addictive. It's like massively addictive substance. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The amount of addiction that pizza causes is insane. I avoided pizza for a long time, very, very well. But then once you have that, it's so hard. It's so hard. Oh god. Pizza will quickly become your master. Very, very quickly it will become your master. Very, very quickly. What foods do you struggle with the most, Tacos?
Oh, what foods? You know, I love ice cream, so.
Oh, no, I'll never eat regular ice cream ever again. I won't do it. Only to save my life, basically.
Yeah. I mean, we usually get the keto ice cream, so.
That's why I said regular ice cream. I will probably eat a keto ice cream at some point in the future. Very rarely. Incredibly rarely. Okay, well this one's not doing them a trick. Let's try the 1440 version. Very, 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 very rarely. That's gonna be like someone's wedding celebration party, and they're trying to shove dessert into my face. Even then, I'd have to be too prepared for that situation. Maybe when I turn like 100. I guess I should qualify the statement. I would like to. I'll eat crap. This is when I'm willing to eat pizza and crap and sacrifice. Yeah, the capture card doesn't like this. We'll try you. Or I'll just go back. I'm in hospice. And I think if I make all the right decisions, I won't even end up in hospice. I'd like to never end up in hospice. So hopefully it's a never again type situation. But if it's like I'm dying like very soon, I'm fine. I mean, it's certain. It's absolutely certain. Give me the ice cream and the pizza and crap. I'll do it then. If I'm on my way out. But if I'm trying to head towards health and longevity, I'm staying away from it forever now. I had enough. I ate all that crap for like 39 years of my life. That's enough. I stuffed myself to 300 pounds. 100, probably 140 pounds overweight. That's enough. It's more than enough. I don't need it beyond that. This is a good amount of time to destroy. I almost destroyed myself with food in the first place, right? So, no thanks. Plus, it's just not worth it. Even when I eat like strawberries and blueberries now as a very rare treat, I could feel it. I could feel how sluggish that makes me feel. Like, I'm not energetic after doing that at all. All right, Tacos. What's your plan for YouTube?
My plan for YouTube?
Yeah, we need to get you a good.
Yeah.
We need to make you a good plan for YouTube. I like your fun clips that you have so far.
Yeah.
I think if you had kept that up, those little shorts kind of things that you had going on, where it's just like a really funny
Yeah.
moment. Those are so entertaining. I think that's what you need. But
Yeah.
how do you get that? What do we do? Well, I should turn- You think about it for a second. I'm gonna turn my fan on because it's hot.
Let's see. Well, I could.
Ugh.
I guess I need to have more malfunctions.
More malfunctions?
Yeah, like my controller needs to disconnect more.
Buy a defective controller on purpose.
The defective. I don't know why I kept yelling the defective controller. Right? Defective controller stream. I could, I'm thinking here. Maybe if... I'm thinking here. I mean, it's kinda operating under dumb luck, I guess. Okay. I need more dumb luck.
You need more dumb luck. Go get it.
Yeah.
Where do you get it? Is it a dumb luck store?
Yeah.
How do you order it? Is this something you can get from Amazon? Yeah, I don't think there's a good way to manufacture it, but that would be good. I mean, they happen pretty often on your stream anyway. It's your reaction that's funny to these moments. Yeah. You need to just be reactive.
Yeah. Need to be more freaking reactive.
Yeah, more freaking reactive. Or games that set you up for that. Right?
Yeah.
I wonder what games would be good for this. It was kind of fun.
I mean, I could clip of some of Super Mario where I'm like, you freaking bastard.
No, I think maybe we should have you. Maybe you should make video content of you trying to do stuff that is like. An uphill battle. Oh man.
Yeah, like.
Oh, dude! Like
Putting things together.
Yeah. Let's make YouTube videos of you trying to use a screwdriver.
The problem is like.
It would be good practice for you. You need to practice.
Yeah, like the problem is eventually I'll
I like
get
this.
good, but I mean that would be a journey.
That's what you need, though. You need to get good. That's exactly what needs to happen. So, like, it could be a win-win. Like, you could slowly get good at taking things apart and putting them back together. That's what you should do. You figured it out. That's right. That's perfect. Tacos, instead of a repair stream, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to take things apart and put them back together and see if it still works. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. The problem is we have to invest in like stuff that it doesn't matter if you break it. I mean, I guess I could always fix it. I can make a channel where I'm fixing the stuff Tacos broke. We'll tag team the content. It could be one channel. One video is you breaking stuff. The other one, the other video is me fixing it. This could be fun. Yeah, we need something you can safely disassemble and reassemble to start with, and then maybe like start to get risky. That could work.
Yeah.
I gotta really rack my brain around this because this is a hard one for me to like suggest because I actually like. I don't want you to break things, but that would be what's good about it. Like, is if you're like, all you did was take the screws out and put them back in, and it doesn't work anymore. Okay.
I've wanted to like buy broken controllers, but the problem is
that's it. What's the problem with that?
Well, before the problem was that like you always have to buy parts for the controller. So if you like, I mean, if you want to resell them or whatever, then
no,
you can't really.
You don't have to worry about that because you're at the start here. All that matters is like you taking it apart. It should be a working controller. Yeah. It should. We need to start with stuff that's actually like works but doesn't matter. We should just like we should just go to thrift stores and get you like clocks or something, or like something that you can easily take apart safely and put back together. But if you still have to be careful enough, and it doesn't really matter if it doesn't work anymore. But like, and then we can start once you can do that successfully, then we can move on to like you take apart a working controller and put it back together. And then we can move on to we'll just slowly build it as it makes sense. I think that's kind of the best way to kind of think about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the Mr. INI real quick. Let's edit this. There's got to be a setting to like. It's probably VSync. There's got to be a VSync setting, right?
Probably.
I'm having trouble with it cutting out when it changes cores, and I kind of want to... VSync adjust 2 for low latency. I think I need to do. I need to put this on automatic HDMI VSync rate adjust to match original VSync. Let's try that.
Oh, why hasn't the ZlatCon schedule been released?
Actually, let's not do that. Don't save. Mr. Alt. Let me look and see which one of these is. So that's a 720p. Let's try it on the 720p one, because that's only there for weirdness. Weird situations. Oh, that one's already on one, so I did try. It's not gonna help me. It's a good thing I looked. Sad. Oh yeah, that's the AO46. Oh well. Ugh, why is it getting so hot? Is it hot tacos?
It's not that hot in my room, but like
My computer's at 78, which is pretty not normal. What's the temperature outside right now?
yeah.
75. It's not that
Yes.
hot out.
69 where I am.
Oh, you win. In so many ways. All right, should we watch YouTube videos?
Yeah, we can watch YouTube's. Let's go to the main output then.
All right. Oh, I want to watch this, but it's not. That's a few days away. He's talked very good about. Actually, he's talked very good about Stephen Gundry in the past. Now he's like attacking him. He can't make up his mind. Right?
Yeah.
There's this ballerina podcast episode. I think clips from that would be good. I don't know if we want to watch the whole thing on stream. I don't have enough time for that anyway. I gotta eat dinner and do a meeting, client meeting, then go to the gym, which I'm very looking forward to going to the gym. My mate Vince restores a silver Rolls Royce. Interesting. Oh man. What should we tackle, tacos? I don't know what to watch. Oh boy, let us not make any dad jokes. Oh boy. Maybe we should just tackle the whole thing.
Just had the bloating and the uncomfortable
You
pain
hear it?
in my stomach, and that went away in 30 days.
Hello,
which was
Apollo.
Kind of amazing. But I also had a history of anxiety and depression, and
It's quiet.
it was so bad in my teens that I got kicked out of my parents' house before I even graduated high school. So
I'm gonna leave it
was
this way so people can see.
mentally a mess. But through the course of the next year, that was kind of the big aha for me. It was nice to not have digestive issues, but when I finally felt stable and hopeful and inspired, that was the bigger change. And that happened probably over the course of the next year.
They need to figure out how to normalize the audio.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Today we have special guest Autumn Smith is here. Thank you very much. It's a great
I always
pleasure
forget.
to have you here. Where are you located? Remind me where you're at.
I'm in Boulder, Colorado.
You're in Boulder. Okay, I played rugby in Boulder. I remember years ago. I used to live in Cheyenne, and so I would come down and play for the Denver Barbarians, and we would sometimes play against the team in Boulder. And then, there was a Carnival conference in Boulder that Amber O'Hearn put on a couple of years ago. So I was there. I think it's been about 4 or 5, maybe 4 years ago. Really neat place. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those people who aren't familiar. I know
If anybody doesn't know this, Dr. Sean Baker promotes that you figure out your diet. And he personally finds he does best on animal-based diet. I guess that's the best way to put it. And he's a doctor. He's a orthopedic surgeon. So
you're associated with the Paleo Valley, if I'm not mistaken. But give us a little background rundown on what you do and who you are.
Okay, yeah, my name's Autumn Smith, and I am a co-founder of Paleo Valley and Wild Pastures, and we also have a burger restaurant here called Wild Pastures Burger Company that we started. And I got into this basically because I was always into fitness and health, and I was a dancer, but my stomach always hurt, and I had IBS for 15 years, and no doctor could treat it. But it was when my husband and I got married, and he saw how bad I was suffering, that he said, "We're gonna fix this. We're gonna just kind of take the reins." And we tried a paleo diet back in 2007, and it transformed my health physically, emotionally, and we got so excited about it that we wanted to provide the physical products that made this lifestyle realistic, because I was still working as a fitness trainer for Tracy Anderson, and I was traveling around a lot, and I found it really difficult to maintain the lifestyle at that time, especially. So we got into products and started meeting a lot of really wonderful farmers, and here we are.
That's interesting. IBS, which some people have heard of, not everybody has, but I mean, it's really affects a lot of people. I think
A lot.
you look at the stats in the U.S. It's somewhere
My mom-
between 15 to 20% of the U.S. population is now diabetic.
Me, before this diet, I know a lot of people who suffer from IBS symptoms. Irritable bowel, IBD or IBS, basically. It's the same thing. People have irritated microbiome, gut inflammation, leaky gut, just cramping, just like horrible pain, just in the bathroom all the time. It's horrible.
Diagnosed formally with IBS, which is amazing. And there's probably a lot of people subclinically that don't know they have it that have it. If you look at, I think I read somewhere, like even Mexico, the diagnosis even goes up to maybe as high as 40% of the population. And so clearly there's something in the diet that is affecting that. And, as you figured out, by removing whatever it was and replacing it with better food, that seems to help. And it's very interesting. And I too, I went on a paleo diet at some point, I think it was about 10 years ago, I was doing that as I kind of made my little journey into nutrition and stuff. So how did, so you founded the Paleo Valley Company to sort of deal with the issue you've been having. And tell us, the Wild Pastures, I think, is a different sort of venture. And tell me more about that one.
Yeah, so Wild Pastures has kind of happened after my son Maverick was born. And we started developing these relationships with farmers and ranchers who were using methods that kind of went beyond organic. They were teaching us about regenerative agriculture and why it was important, and the fact that we only had 60 years of topsoil left according to certain statistics. And basically that the farmers wanted to farm in a regenerative way, but they didn't know how to find a demand for it. And we realized, well, wow, this is quite a huge mission. And if we could connect the consumers who value this type of meat and agriculture to the farmers who are doing the really awesome work and are actually the heroes in the equation, then we could potentially move the needle for them, because my husband specializes in marketing. And so we just decided to be that middleman, and to not only be their middleman, but also keep the cost as low as possible, because we wanted there to be enough volume to actually move the needle and favorably impact the environment, which we desperately need today.
Yeah, it's an interesting problem, because the economies of scale allow you to operate at a you can come down to a price point where people can meet you, and the problem is getting there, and the marketing part of it and figuring how to do that. Because I think most people, given the opportunity, would say, yeah, I'd rather my meat was farmed this particular way, but I just the realities of my first personal finance situation don't allow for that. And I just bought a local cow, and it was relatively the same as I spend in the supermarket. It wasn't much different. The difference being, you get the whole cow, and you don't sort of get to pick and choose the cuts you might want, whereas you're getting but I mean, besides that point, when you started this sort of, I guess the marketing side was kind of what I'm interested in, because I think these farmers and ranchers, God bless them, they do this hard, incredible work. They feed us, and they get no thanks, literally. I mean, it's a thankless job.
Seriously.
They still do it because I think many of them just love what they do, and they love maybe it's hard work, but they tend to do that. And I always, every time I get a chance, whenever I talk to a rancher or somebody that's feeding me, I'm like, dude, man, thank you for what you do. But they don't have time to market. I mean, many of them. Most of as most ranchers in the U.S., 95% of them are mom and pop, family owned, 50 head of cattle or less. There's a few large ones, but the majority of them, these smaller people, and they just don't have time to spend all day on the internet marketing their wares. And so how do you think, and I see some of them, some of them are getting out there and spreading the news about agriculture, and thankfully they're doing it. But I think we have to see, one thing that frustrates me is why there's not a national campaign from guys like NCBA or that have the money that they could do these marketing campaigns, but yet they choose to not do that for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just being critical and don't know all the details. But how do you market? What do you think is the effective way to get this information out there? I mean, obviously you're here. I mean, this is part of it, right? But I mean, what do you got to do?
Yeah, basically what we do is kind of just test the
Farmers marketing
words and the verbiage and the images and, just the language around this issue that resonates most with people. And then we do podcasts.
All right, I'm going to skip to the next section.
A couple of times, Will Harris is, for the proprietor.
Farmers marketing. There's not all grass-fed beef is the same. Sounds interesting.
Out at White Oaks pasture. And I think one of the problems that and again, it comes into nuance, just you can put grass-fed on the label and it doesn't really mean that much. It's because, the animal could be actually, they could actually be more destructive to the environment, because if you don't manage them well, I mean, you get this problem with the deforestation or the desertification, like Alan Savory likes to talk about, where you just have animals willy-nilly just munching the grass down to dirt, and so that becomes a problem. And so I think there's, as you probably, I'm sure you're doing, you just got to further educate the people that not all grass-fed beef is the same. And so I don't think we stop with just grass-fed when we're talking about an environmental message. But I think, and there's a lot of nuances. There's a health message. There's I obviously am a big proponent of meat as a health food, as you probably are aware. How long has Paleo Valley been in existence? What does its trajectory look like? Are we growing? Are we seeing more customers? Are you seeing this message starting to make progress?
Yeah, and I just want to say on what you just said, I created this 7-part docuseries to break down all those. Here's the labeling lies that we're working with, and is a vegetarian diet and a vegan diet better, and why do we need protein, and the history of meat. So you're right, we do need more education, and we're definitely working on that as we speak. But Paleo Valley, the trajectory is good. We've been growing significantly, and we started in 2008. And I'm sorry, when I got off a tour in 2012, we started. And yeah, every year we're growing, and we're just adding more and more products, and we're especially going more the meat direction, because we realize that's what people are really liking. We never intended to be a big beef stick company, but that's our number one selling products. And so we're going into chicken and to pork sticks and to, we're looking at salmon jerky. And of course, we just whole animal utilization. So looking into creating our own bone broth.
Because it was food.
And of course, only supporting regenerative farms. And we're going into superfood bars. And then we're going to just kind of meet the demand of other products that people have been asking us for. And things like a kids line. And, our big thing is, regenerative agriculture. We want our products to be as good for the environment as they are for human health, synergy. So we do a lot of whole food, and then really, really high quality products, always organic or 100% grass fed, regeneratively raised, and then accessibility. So of course,
that was
keeping
me.
the costs down. We don't want these to be boutique products that people can't afford, but yeah, we're growing, lots of employees being added. And so we're feeling good.
Good for you guys. And I've got some Paleo Valley beef sticks in my pantry that I occasionally have. I mostly give them to my kids. I tend not to snack that much, but my kids have put it in their lunchbox, and they really enjoy those things. So it's a good little product for people. One of the things, I often, kind of was thinking about, where I'm going to end up. And someday I dream that someday I have my own steakhouse or something like that. And one of the things I was doing, in addition to the menu, you give these people educational material, even studies, say, hey, here's a study that shows beef is good for you. And just because I think the average consumer is just inundated with the
drives me nuts.
Nonstop problem.
They do these podcasts and they don't turn their phones off, or they don't put a battery in the fire alarm or whatever. That wasn't you, was it, Tacos? That ting?
No.
No, it's always in the videos. People's phones. Oh, did Dr. Anthony Chafee and Sean Baker interview that just happened a couple of days ago? And it was like somebody's phone was just going off the whole time. I'm like, put it on vibrate.
Propaganda hearing, beef is bad for you, beef is destroying the planet, constantly. So somebody has to counter it. And I mean, I can't do it, as much as I try. I'm one small guy in a giant world here, and even though we're slowly making progress, but I'd love to see
it's not just you,
companies,
Sean.
Restaurants, people that sell beef to educate people, and as part of their to ship a study with your product and say, here's the latest study on this, and so people get educated. And some people read it, some people don't, but I think we just have a truly uninformed population. So you guys are in Boulder. Is your entire facility, all your cows and cattle in that Boulder area? Where do you guys source from typically?
No, what we do is we work with co-ops and people around the country. There's farms in Indiana and in Missouri and in Nevada and Idaho and Wyoming. And so we just work with people who we really trust, a lot of times through the American Grass-Fed Association, and they kind of manage their co-ops according to their standards, of course. And then they just ship.
All right, I want to get into the health stuff. So
How
I'm skipping
has
to the
it
health stuff.
Did you like fix everything, or where are you at with that?
Yeah, it's so funny because it was 30 days and I had, I just had the bloating and the uncomfortable pain in my stomach. And that went away in 30 days, which was kind of amazing. But I also had a history of anxiety and depression. And it was so bad in my teens that I got kicked out of my parents' house before I even graduated high school. So I was mentally a mess. But through the course of the next year, that was kind of the big aha for me. It was nice to not have digestive issues, but when I finally felt stable and hopeful and inspired, that was the bigger change. And that happened probably over the course of the next year. I think I grew up, and as a ballerina, I was taught to eat lettuce and to smoke cigarettes, and I think I was severely malnourished, and I don't think I had enough animal products on board. And
they probably, because cigarettes are very like keep you skinny kind of attitude, right? Instead of food, you smoke.
I think having a nutrient-dense diet that actually prioritized meat was a huge, huge part of my recovery, and that's why we started with the meat sticks, actually. Yeah. But yeah, today I have no symptoms.
It's interesting because you do see a lot of pressure on particularly young women that to be super thin, and there's a backlash where now we want to they're glorifying being super obese, and I think that's not the right answer either. I think something in the middle and probably a little bit of functional muscle and lean mass
muscle mass.
But when you sit there and you're trying to be I didn't know smoking was a big component of ballerinas. So I guess it makes sense. You're trying to be thin, and that's that traditionally is associated with that. Did you grow up around like animals? Did you come from like a farming community or town, or so you did when you were a kid?
Yeah, you know what? I grew up in Montana, and a lot of my friends were ranchers and farmers. And it's funny because at the time, even when I went into this business, I'd go home to Montana and they'd be like, "Oh, this grass-fed stuff, this is not going to go anywhere." Like,
red meat, it contains all that stuff, Paulo. You don't need a vitamin if your diet is. First of all, vitamins in general don't actually have all that stuff that you're talking about. Heme iron comes from animals. It'll have some calcium, but if you need calcium, just eat some cheese. B12, you're not going to get it from a vitamin. It's all synthetic. Your body's not going to absorb that stuff anyway. If you need more B12, calcium, folic acid, and iron, you need to eat red meat and cheese. You just go eat some ground beef and some cheese. You'll get all of that. And it won't be synthetic. Vitamins, most vitamins, like almost all of them are worthless. So you're just going to pee it out. You're not going to absorb it. Yeah. It's already in your diet. If you're not getting enough from your diet, then you need to eat more of it. The bioavailability of a vitamin is almost nothing. Vitamins, it's not going to harm you to take it. You can take it if you want, but they're massive. Typically, they're a massive waste of money. They're just the synthetic vitamins can actually do more damage than good because they're not exactly the same exact compound, and then they take up the receptor. So now the receptor is full, and you can't actually absorb the proper one that was in the food that you ate. So humans didn't take supplements for millions of years, right? Just go eat some cheese. You need some calcium, go eat some cheese. Done. You're probably not deficient in calcium. Almost no one is deficient in calcium. If you eat any amount of dairy, butter, and stuff like that, you're probably not deficient in calcium. B12 if you don't eat enough red meat and stuff like that. Yeah, you could take them, but they might do more harm than good in some cases. You might want to tell them not to buy the vitamins. Just buy more red meat. $50. Most vitamins cost like between $30 and $50 for like clean ones, and that's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. That's at least, say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, almost 40 to 50 pounds of ground beef, right? Like maybe not pounds, patties. I don't know how many. They're not a pound each. But Aldi's, you can get those like 12 pack of burger patties for $10. So you're talking about 5 of those, or 3 to 5 of those, right? And you'll get all that stuff with some cheese if you just eat the burger patties. So just eat more burger patties. And the rest of your vitamins, if you're willing to eat eggs, will come from eggs. You only need to supplement if you're not willing to eat like foods that have the proper nutrition in it, right? So eggs have everything you need except for calcium. It's just missing calcium unless you eat the shell, which you can, but I don't recommend it. There is a way to eat the shell, but if you don't want to overcook the eggs. You want to cook the whites and keep the yolk as not cooked as possible, because the whites can give you some problems. They can be harder on some people's digestion. So, but the yolk, if you overcook it, you're gonna cook up and destroy the vitamins in the yolk. You wanna eat the yolk as uncooked as possible to get all the vitamins. You'll still get it if you overcook it, but you want to try not to in general. You'll get more, basically. Finish the vitamins you have and try not using them. I stopped taking vitamins entirely. Vitamins are not, it's just think about it. Like if we didn't have corporations and we didn't have modern society and you had to live out in the wilderness, there's no vitamins for you, man. The vitamins are the food. Just eat the right thing. Yeah, try not to scramble them. Try to make eggs over easy or sunny side up. Sunny side up. Right? Tagos, you've watched all these videos. Do you have anything to say about what I just said?
That's what you said, ditto.
Yeah. This information is out there. It's very out there. And you can look into it. Everything I say should be a path for you to look into it. Look into it, man. Just look into it. The earth might be flat. No, I'm just kidding.
They used to say the lobotomy was a good psychiatric treatment.
And currently give people electroshock therapy. When really, if you just changed most of those people's diet, they'd probably do a lot better than the electroshock therapy gives them. I don't know for a fact, but I think you should be more willing to eat less crap and more healthy foods as an attempt to fix your brain than electrifying your skull.
No, but the funny thing is, like, when people are like, I don't want to change my diet because I like the way I am. It's like, but if you're that way on a bad diet, were you really meant to be that way?
Well, that also, like, how do you know you like you better when you haven't done the thing? Right? Like,
Yeah.
like you're just assuming you wouldn't like it better the other way. I like myself enough now. I'm fine with it the way things are now. But it's not a good... It's like, which slice of pizza do you want? You have to taste them both to decide. You're not really making a decision if you just say, I only want this company's pizza and not that company's pizza. That's a terrible analogy because I never would eat pizza. But The point, the analogy still stands, I guess. You don't know how you're going to feel and how much better you're going to be. Like, for instance, I know a lot of people who suffer with horrible, debilitating allergies. Their nose is always sore. They're always sneezing, and they've accepted it. They've accepted that this is normal. And if they just tried a keto or carnivore diet, those allergies would very likely get better for a majority of the people that do it. Everybody I know that has done those diets, they've gotten better with their allergies, have gotten better. Mine did. Massive change. Incredible. Tacos saw firsthand how bad my allergies were when I eat carbohydrates. You were here the last time it happened. How sick was I? Hi, Virtue.
You were pretty sick.
Oh. You rated someone. I gotta close that. I was incredibly sick. How sick? How was I functional, Tacos? Do you remember when I was having the allergy attacks because we had the Chinese food and the...
Weren't you like sneezing a bunch?
Oh, I was like stuffing tissues in my face and sneezing all day. It was horrible. No, don't raid me. Don't raid me. I'm not trying to grow the stream. That's done. That's over. That's over. You can raid me if you want, but I'm not doing anything to grow on Twitch. I've given up because it's too late. There's a lot of problems with Twitch right now. I don't really want to get into it again, but I do want to talk to you about it, actually, Virtue. You should hear. Yeah, that's true. Raids aren't a growth thing. Yeah! Oh, that triggered my tinnitus. Sorry about the clapping. But yeah, I agree. Congratulations. That is true. Raids aren't a growth thing. They are a friendly support thing, and I appreciate you. But you don't have to raid me. It's true. There's nothing that's a growth thing anymore on Twitch, actually. So there you go. Growth thing. Everything that has to do with Twitch growth is not on platform, or not being live, right? Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. I'd like to meet your audience. That would be fun. I'm sure you have some good people in there. Maybe they would enjoy our talks about food here when we talk about food. But where are you at with all of this? I know I gave you a push in a direction. I wonder if you started with all the food changes. Yeah, for me, allergies is a big one that I didn't realize was going to get fixed. I didn't start a carnivore diet. Good, just keep going. Cut it down by half every week, and you'll get there. Just take half out every week, and you'll get there. I didn't realize, I didn't change my diet in order to fix my allergies. That just happened. Just happened to be a part of what. And I didn't even realize it until I had an allergy attack when Tacos came to visit because I broke the diet. I was like, Tacos is coming for a week. We're going to eat pizza and Chinese food and Thai food. And we did. And like 4 days into it, I had this horrible, debilitating allergy attack. Yep, salt is incredibly important. Incredibly important. Electrolytes and salt, big time. I put electrolytes in all my water. Yeah, it definitely is related. Not enough salt, your blood pressure is going to drop. Salt, low sodium is incredibly dangerous. You need the salt like crazy. The more you take carbs out, the more salt you need to add. Yeah. Yep. And it also could be weather, heat related. It could have been a lot of things. Water, if you were dehydrated. But the reason the dehydration is an issue is because you can't carry. Your blood volume's gonna be too low, and you're not gonna be able to carry salt and nutrients around your body properly. So that's why you need the water. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're okay. I did see that on Twitter. I was worried about you, but your blood pressure is seemingly low, like too low or good low, because you don't. High blood pressure is really dangerous. Good low is good. Salt, Apollo. Salt. Salt and fat. Salt and fat. You need electrolytes, Apollo. It's not. It probably wasn't blood pressure related as much as it was. 2 miles an hour is pretty fast for a treadmill. And treadmills lie about their speed too, by the way. Okay, but if you're eating a lot of salt, the kind of salt is important. The quality of the salt is important. There's a lot of bad salts out there. And electrolytes aren't just sodium, so you also need to make sure you have enough potassium. Sea salt is one of the worst salts right now. It used to be good, so everybody thinks it's good. But now the ocean is full of plastic and radiation. So you're getting a lot of microplastic with sea salt. What you want is an ancient salt from a cave, like Redmond's real salt, because it's untouched by pollution and modern concerns, modern issues. Redmond's real salt is the salt I use. But you want an ancient sea salt from a cave that is not from an ancient seabed, that has all the other micro stuff. I'm not a scientist. It has all the other stuff in it that you need that comes along with salt. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. It's relatively inexpensive for it being a. That would be better for you than the synthetic vitamins. You can buy like a year's supply for like $25 or something. You can get a lot of it. Redmond's real salt is what I use. Just go look it up on Amazon. Electrolytes and more salt than you think, Apollo. Salt is important, especially if you're cutting out carbohydrates. Your body's going to dump more sodium in general, especially the first like year or so, transitioning over to a more ketogenic what am I trying to say? Hello, electrolytes is what the plants crave. I sort. As your body is starting to learn to be in ketosis more often than when you're asleep, basically, and in the morning, your kidneys tend to dump a lot of the extra sodium. That is. So you're dumping a lot of the electrolytes. So you need extra. You need a lot more. And sea salt doesn't have enough of the other stuff. You know, like what you'd find in like a good salt. So they cleanse it, and then it just ends up just being like sodium, and it's not enough of a balance. And then you still end up with the microplastics and the radiation. I don't recommend vitamins at all. I recommend a full diet, a good diet. Supplementation is if you can't eat certain foods, because most vitamins are synthetic. They're either going to block pathways, or they're going to just pass through your system, and that's the majority of it's going to just pass through you. And they don't have heme iron, which is the iron you need. They don't have the actual like what your body actually needs, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know how much salt you're using, but sounds like you need more. And fat too. I would more butter and more salt. Try that, and go to your doctor, dude. If you're having issues, go talk to your doctor. But just, talk to them about your diet and what's going on and all that stuff, because they need full context for what might be going on. Hi, Sword. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in the chat and saying hi. I don't know if you saw the crazy fight I had on Twitter, because I said Twitch growth is much harder than it ever should have been, and it's just getting worse. This week's podcast is going to be real important. Mm-mm-mm. You do have Redmond's. You have Redmond's. Good. Cooking it might not be a good idea. You may want to just salt while you cook and after as well, so you make sure you get both versions. Because cooking, you remember, cooking loosens up and destroys nutrients. Heat is a destructive force. Oh, now you want to? I could give you guys the lowdown. There's enough. Two of you is enough. Virtue and Sword. Should we switch topics real quick back to Twitch?
Sure.
Yeah. Put it on afterwards. Apollo, I think you just need overall electrolytes: sodium, potassium, and magnesium, in the right balance. So I put Keto Chow electrolyte drops in my water. No, it's okay. I'd rather. Actually, let's do that. Let's do that. Yes, jump in the Discord, Virtue.
Do I need to update my title?
Let me open the channel so more people can join. No, you don't have to update your title, Tacos. This is fine.
Could be called Sunny Tacos and Virtue.
No, it's fine. Sword, you're always welcome too, as well. If you want to jump in the Discord, you can. And you are muted? Okay, that was on your end. Hello.
Hello, I've got you playing through everywhere right now, so I'm just going to fix that quickly. How's it going?
Fix. It's going good. I'm sorry that you had that health thing. Was it scary?
Yeah, it was pretty scary. Like, what annoyed me more was it was about 5 minutes before Tool came on stage.
Oh.
And it was just like, I think it was either dehydration or like you said, a lack
It's
of
both.
electrolyte.
Yeah, I would say it's both. Yeah.
Yeah. I was walking up, like in stadium kind of environments, they got like those like stone steps leading up to like the exits. I felt really, really rough and like decided I was going to try and get like back to where the food and drink stands were to get some water. By walking up the steps, I was like losing my footing, and then I put my hand on my friend and I was just like, I don't feel so good. I was like stumbling up the steps, and apparently like immediately after that I just collapsed.
Yeah, it sounds like this is why I'm trying. I hate this so much. But I'm trying to get people to like really consider nutrition and their lifestyle and all this stuff as important, because that's how it happens. That's how a heart attack happens. That's how a stroke happens. You're just doing life, and then all of a sudden you're in the hospital. And these things are avoidable. And diabetes happens this way too.
Yeah.
Okay? So like, how many things are you willing to have happen? Like, you're lucky fainting was the worst thing that happened to you, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, people are having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, constant depression, just living in complete misery and accepting it as like the best that they've got. And it's making me sad, because I did the same thing. I lived my life thinking this is the best that I got, and I could have just been eating this way and feeling fantastic before my health fell apart, before I spent almost 3 years of my life feeling dizzy and dysfunctional. Like, I was still afraid to play video games.
It is crazy. Like, I'm fortunate that since that I've been fine, so I think that was just an outlier, but I'm obviously looking after myself a little bit better since then, and making sure that I'm like hydrating better, and every time I drink now I'm like putting electrolytes in my drinks, because that's what the craves.
Try to get electrolytes don't have a sweetener, because the sweeteners can have a negative impact on your microbiome or brain.
Yes.
And
just straight up salty, weird tasting water.
Oh, I put lemon juice in to counteract the salt taste.
Oh, I didn't. I've been trying to like work out what I can put it with.
Lemon juice.
Better. Okay.
Lemon juice is actually good too, because there's been some studies. They're not the biggest studies in the world, but there are studies that show that it can help with fatty liver.
Okay.
And it can help with processing, your liver processing fat out, which on a lower carbohydrate diet, your liver is going to be constantly processing fat and amino acids more often. So it can help kind of with that processing.
I do I do like regular ECGs and stuff, so like that seems to be like my heart seems to be all right. That nothing's coming
Right.
up with like, like irregular heart patterns or anything like that. So
Yeah.
hopefully, yeah, it was just an outlier. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Apollo, get the ancient sea salt. That's what you need. The thing is, you're also going to want to eat a lot of eggs because of the iodine. I actually think it's probably okay. You don't have to do this forever, but this is the only supplement I actually do take is iodine. And because I don't like eating a lot of fish, I'm going to try adding sardines into my diet instead of the iodine. And I don't think it's a problem to actually supplement with just like a normal amount of iodine. So there's iodine you can get. I just add it to my coffee every day. We used to have a lot more iodine in our diet because we drank river water. Same thing with the electrolytes, by the way. The reason we're having electrolyte deficiencies is because we're used to drinking rocky river water, right? And well water after that, right? And so eggs have a good amount of iodine in it. If you eat probably 4 to 6 eggs a day, that's enough. You'll get enough iodine, especially if you don't overcook the yolks. But I still don't think it's harmful to supplement extra iodine, especially considering we live in a very radioactive society.
So you're telling me that bottled water and like filtered water is a fairly recent invention, and the the whole like I don't even know how many years of humanity. But
Yeah.
this is a pretty recent blip.
Yeah, exactly. So
Crazy. We
our
didn't
bodies
have-
are used to having like salty, minerally well, and before that river water.
It's funny, isn't it?
And so like you buy this incredibly double filtered water and it doesn't have anything in it, and they try to put minerals back in it, but it's nowhere near the amount that they took out, right? So you're not getting enough iodine. But if you don't have enough iodine, you'll get a goiter on your thyroid. And it's not the end of the world. You can reverse it with iodine. So like the government started adding iodine to the salt in order to prevent the goiters, because the goiters on people's thyroid were keeping people from joining the military. And so they added iodine to the salt, but they didn't add enough. They just added just enough to make sure people don't get a goiter. And in fact, every cell in your body utilizes iodine, not just your thyroid. It's very important for thyroid function, and the rest of your body uses it too. So you can take too much, but I don't feel like 1 drop plus a normal diet is enough. Fish is a good place to get it, but the problem is most fish are also from the ocean, which is full of microplastics and radiation right now, especially on the Pacific side. So that can have its own like dangers, right? Yeah. So, anyway, so that's all the health stuff. Let's talk about Twitch real quick. Sword, I hope you're listening in. We're gonna talk about Twitch. So here's the things that I see happening, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, just to finish the fish thing, okay? Sorry, the small fish are safer because they don't consume other fish. The bigger fish consume the smaller fish, which consume the smaller fish, which consume the smaller fish, and so like the mercury and the plastics accumulate up the chain. The smaller fish have the least amount of the toxins and the poisons because they're not eating the other fish. So sardines should be relatively safe compared to the rest of the bigger fish. Relatively.
So it makes sense to eat the alpha fish.
Yeah. You eat the betas.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. It is sad, but Fukushima is in the ocean dumping radiation. It's been doing it for many years at this point. And we've got just tons of trash and plastic that's poisoning all the fish. So, plus there's already been a problem with the heavy metals in the fish.
Mhm.
So,
So
yeah.
the beta fish with the sigma fish.
So if you don't want to
Yeah.
eat fish,
Right.
iodine supplement can be a good way to go to make sure you're getting enough iodine. Lots of eggs. I still eat lots of eggs and do the iodine supplementation. So, a good portion of the eggs I eat are hard boiled. That's why. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about Twitch. What's wrong with Twitch? We're gonna have a podcast. The IQ podcast this week is gonna be on this topic. So I'm only gonna broach it so far. But consistently across the board from all the streams, my stream, all my client streams, we've been fighting against like an uphill battle that has gotten steeper and steeper and more difficult without us realizing what's happening with Twitch. So what I think I've figured out at least something close to what's going on and why everyone's struggling. And by struggling, I mean, it should be better than this. It shouldn't be this difficult to grow your channel, right? Like a good stream should have the chance to grow, and it's just not really happening for a lot of people. Really good streamers. I have clients that they used to have 40 to 60 viewers, and that only happens sometimes now, right? Where can I go with this? It's less consistent for them to see that kind of viewership overall. I don't know which light this is. I'm sorry. It's this one. It's so there. What's that?
Sorry to interrupt. So I was going to say you could probably track it on analytics from these streamers as well if they're
Yeah, have been.
where you can look at views from Twitch and whether or not what percentage have come from their browse page before and after the changes.
So this is the other problem, though. The stats on Twitch are not accurate.
Okay.
Twitch is very consistently showing streams that have 30 to 50% the viewership. They have how do I say this? I've seen streamers that have 14 chatters have 2 viewers for hours. It's obvious that they're not at 2 viewers. And this is consistent across the board. I've seen people take a stream that has 100 people and raid a stream that has 20 people, and the view count goes to 30 or 40 and then drops back down to like 17 within minutes.
I don't know if that would be like when you go to like the referrals page for like in each stream and look at the that rather than like the live views, being able to look at.
No, I can tell you that it is broken, and the proof is the bots in the chat will say, so and so has hosted you for 20 viewers, and it'll say so and so has rated you for 7.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even the statistics between the host and the raid in the bots in the chat are not accurate. If they were, they'd be the exact same number every single time. The numbers on Twitch are skewed, and it's impossible to know how accurate anything really is. And so this is hampering people's ability to grow because it's a kingmaker system. Your viewership matters to your growth and your exposure. Somebody new clicking on your stream it is more likely to do it if your viewership is up. It drives you up the ladder of Twitch in general to have a higher viewership. It's all tied to that. So that number is unreliable and broken at best. It's not. And then on top of that, we have no idea how many viewers on Twitch are bot accounts. And it's not 0. It's somewhere above 0. And that could be 2%. It could be 1%. It could be less than 1%. It could be 10%. It could be 20%. We don't know. what the actual number, the view count number, and in all, if we're being honest, whether it's a bot or not, the percentage of viewers that are inactive lurkers is very high. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's one problem. Then you compound that with viewer behavior. So in 2016, 2017, you could be a 5 to 12, 15 viewer streamer and be in even an oversaturated category like Fortnite or Rocket League, PUBG, and you would get new people in the stream. You'd get follows. It wouldn't be a lot, but in an 8-hour stream, you'd see 2 to 3, maybe 4 follows. So you get maybe 1 every 2 hours. You'd get trolls too. You'd get people coming in and trolling you in the chat. All of that has drastically decreased over the past, I'd say, 2-3 years. And I didn't know I didn't know why it was happening. I just knew it was happening because I've seen it in everyone's channel. And it recently dawned on me kind of why I think so this is a hypothesis, it's a theory. The problem, we know the problem exists. Less people are clicking on streams, less people are hanging out on streams, less people are watching streams in general. And then on top of that, less new people are browsing Twitch. The viewer behavior of Twitch has dropped. And the reason I think is because of the ads, because they introduced this whole new ad structure and ad system in 2019-ish, right? 2020. And part of 2020 and 2021, you could use ad block to stop the advertisements, the pre-rolls and the mid-roll ads. Now at this point, Twitch has circumvented that, right? So even the ad blocks, most of them, I'm sure there's some that still work, but most of them still show you an ad. So you and then they're also encouraging affiliate streamers to stream with mid-roll ads that they turn on so that you get rid of pre-rolls. So you're encouraged to disrupt the stream, the current stream, so that new viewers don't have to watch an ad. So you have to bother your current viewers so new viewers don't get bothered. It's like a bad trade-off. So it's almost like better to let the new viewers be bothered by the ads because there's almost no new viewers at this point anyway. It's very rare. There are some categories where there are people who still browse, but most growth that's happening through Twitch is happening through networking at this point. It's not organic anymore. It's like organized. It's like streamers working together, streamers kind of like co-streaming, rating each other. This is where most follows and exposure comes from on Twitch. It's not organic anymore. Then the third problem, the final problem, is that Twitch is incredibly disorganized. There's 4 categories for Ocarina of Time, and 5 if you include retro. Where do you stream? Which category do you stream in? If you stream in retro, you're going to be saturated under a bunch of people streaming a bunch of other games that aren't Ocarina of Time. If you stream in Ocarina of Time, you're going to be in an oversaturated category where you're at the bottom of a bunch of people that are streaming Ocarina of Time. And viewers don't know, there's no viewer like training by Twitch because the platform doesn't utilize the search function to find content. So nobody goes to Twitch and says, like if you type in the search bar Dreamcast, you're not going to find people playing Dreamcast games. You might find streamers with the name Dreamcast in their channel. That's the first thing you'll find. And you might find people who streamed something related to Dreamcast if they put it in the title. So, but you're not going to find live channels playing a Dreamcast game. You can't tag your stream Dreamcast and have people find it.
No.
So the only thing you can do is hope while you're live. So let's say you're in my position. You've got 4 or 5 average viewers. You're coming back to Twitch after a long time, and you want to take Twitch seriously. You want to be a full-time streamer. The return on investment is too low. You stream for 8 hours and maybe get a new follower, and that's organic. Maybe one. It's not. It didn't used to be like that. I mean, my first year on Twitch, I got to like 3,000 followers. The first month and a half, it took me it took me almost 6 to 8, less than 2 months to get to my first 1,000 followers on Twitch. That's not possible anymore. You can't do that. I mean, just like streaming whatever. Like, you can do it if you gamify it in certain ways and try to find a category where you can stand out. But even then, it doesn't work to the same degree. It still takes longer. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a massive problem with Twitch right now. It's not a place for content creators to be able to go and get their start. They can't, like, if you wanted to be a good YouTuber, you just start making good YouTube videos. If they're in the right place and you do them enough, eventually it will start to work. And you don't need a big following on YouTube to make money on YouTube. You don't at all. 5,000 subscribers and 1,000 to 2,000 average views on your videos will get you brand deals. You're not going to get that on Twitch with 5,000 followers and 20 viewers or something, right?
It is pretty rare. You have to actively seek it out.
Right. And they're not going to be as good. Like, I've known people on YouTube that have medium-sized YouTube channels that have been offered $20,000 to do a brand deal. I don't know any streamers that are getting that.
And it's pretty easy to be able to use your like YouTube's analytics is way ahead of Twitch's in terms of just show potential sponsors
and accuracy.
Yeah, exactly. You'll like watch retention, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah,
it is definitely a better platform for it.
Yeah, so
you get better ad revenue, and
3 years ago, 2019, the window started closing because viewer behavior changed. The ads make people not want to browse Twitch. Now, it's not everybody. People are still browsing Twitch, but it's a lot less people. And so the viewer behavior now is just to go to followed channels, people that are already live. They're not, people used to be bored and browse Twitch, but Twitch is like so unorganized and so unbrowsable that you can't even find what you're looking for. On YouTube, if you want to watch videos about people fixing a Dreamcast, you look for repair a Dreamcast, right? And then you've watched those videos. If you on Twitch, good luck finding. So like, viewers don't know how to look for what they want to watch on Twitch, so they don't.
No, and YouTube's also, like, you get rabbit holes on YouTube. It's incredibly good at referring you to the next person or the next video to watch. On Twitch, that's pretty much streamer driven,
right?
And if you raid someone that doesn't hook your viewers in like immediately,
right,
then even with the ad roll, like pretty much immediately after the raid, like they're it's all based on whether or not that streamer has a good idea of what their audience continues to want to watch. And if they don't, if they make the wrong decision, then those viewers are going elsewhere, probably to YouTube.
Yeah, it's a mess right now, and I'm even watching like partnered streamers who have traditionally seen 300 to 400 followers a month. They're lucky if they get 200 in a month. So the active amount of follows that they're actually seeing, even though their viewership is actually up, like their average viewers is higher than it's ever been, but their follows is way down, hundreds down. And a lot of these partner streamers have hit like kind of a glass ceiling, and they can't get past where they're at, and they're just kind of stuck where they're at, and there's a turnover, right? There's like this you end up bleeding viewers over time because people can't keep watching, or their life goes on and they move on, and it's not possible to fight the churn. A lot of these streamers are lucky to stay at the same viewership with the new viewers they are getting, but it's not growth. It's like they're stuck at this spot where they're meeting new people. The new people hang out for a while, and then old people kind of ditch and leave at some point, and then so their viewership doesn't necessarily go up in the way that it should be, and it's very hard, and it's even harder for newer, lower, smaller streams to grow. Even harder, and the return on investment is insane because you have to stream like 80 hours to barely grow your stream, like just a little bit. And Whereas you could spend 3 hours a week on YouTube, and that works. It's a working system for growth and discovery. You can spend no time on TikTok, and it works. Like like I literally in the past 2 weeks just started, just as an experiment, making one TikTok a day. It takes me 1 minute or less to make a TikTok. I put no effort into it whatsoever. They're all just random videos. It takes like 1 minute of my day is not a hard sacrifice. And the engagement on those videos and the amount of views and exposure those videos have is drastically higher than any Twitch streams I have.
Yeah, and TikTok, you don't have to worry about SEO. You don't have to worry about really much of anything. Like, you post a video and they're going to recommend it to people, like, regardless. They're gonna put it, and then it's just down to how well it performs. Like, you don't have to have any tags or anything like that. It will push it to people just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Hundreds of views without much effort.
Yep.
Like,
TikTok
barely any effort. Like, I could make 5 TikToks in the amount of time it takes me to set my stream up. Not even be live, right?
Yeah.
So, like, the return on investment for Twitch is just not there. Now, that said, I do want to say that streaming is still fantastic. Like, Twitch is still, like, the best place to be live. Like, the experience of hanging out with people coming into your stream, chatting, and, like, the emotes and the community, it's still like the best place to like hang out and be live and produce a live stream. It's just not a place to expect growth whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, and trying to grow your stream is a depressing, anxiety-ridden, difficult, frustrating process that I don't recommend any streamer do anymore. Not by being live, right? I think most people would do best to just stream whatever they want and have a good time, because it's all kind of down to luck anyway. Because even if you were to put yourself in the best game category ever, and you were to put yourself and stream like crazy, you could still fail. And you could stream Fortnite or Rocket League or PUBG or Apex Legends and do okay. And at least you were having fun. At least you're doing what you want, right?
Do you mind if I interject for a second? And like, if you wanted to play those kind of, from my experience of watching friends that stream on like Facebook and YouTube, streaming or even TikTok, streaming the categories you get buried in on Twitch, like, you know, if you streamed Call of Duty or I don't know, Elden Ring or something, on Twitch, you're less likely to bring in new viewers, but on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, you're more likely to have new people click into your streams on the what would be called the oversaturated categories on Twitch.
Right, but I think it's kind of moot at this point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
I think you're just going to have just as many people stop by playing the oversaturated games as you are the undersaturated games. That's my point. Because I think viewer behavior is it used to be to go find streams with not a lot of viewers in them in those other categories. You know, you go stream not Ocarina of Time, but Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
And, you know, people would browse down there and they would look. But those people are not really doing that anymore. And there's just as many people doing that as there are people checking out Fortnite, scrolling down Fortnite. So you're going to meet one person playing Fortnite. You're not going to meet more than that going playing those other games.
No, but you might meet more people on a
different platform.
Yeah,
exactly. I agree with that. And I think
you might not monetize them as easily if that's a goal.
I think the first step of success as a content creator is reach. You have to get known. You have to put yourself out there in a way that people find out who you are. They meet you. Without people knowing you're doing stuff, there's no way for you to be successful. And Twitch you're just buried. It's not really accessible for growth anymore. And it was at one point. You could be smart about growth on Twitch. Now I feel like you can still do those things, but the net benefit has shrunk so much. So like even if it's 50% as effective as it used to be, it's like it wasn't very effective to begin with, and now it's 50% less effective. And and that's being kind of incredibly positive about it. And I think I didn't notice this personally because I had Twitch Turbo. I never watched ads.
Yeah, I have Turbo too.
I had no idea that
better job of pushing Turbo.
that's what they should have done. Instead of ads, they should have pushed Turbo. That would have saved the platform for sure.
My take on all of like Turbo would have been that when they modified Prime to stop, you know, like when Prime stopped being useful and they got rid of like global ad blocking with Prime, they should have been like, let's roll out Turbo as Prime Plus, and decrease the price of Turbo if you already had Twitch Prime.
I mean, it's already like cheap. It's like 2 subs.
Oh, yeah, it's like $7.
The price of 2 subs is nothing.
Like most people don't know it exists, but also if they added it as either in Amazon or in Twitch itself, just had like if you want to keep having global ad-free viewing, then just click this button. You'll get Turbo Plus or Twitch Plus or whatever they want to brand it as, and that included the people having global ad block. I reckon most viewers, if they knew of it, they would go for it. They'd just be like, hey, you know, like an extra $5 a month on top of my like one Prime sub, well, 1 sub cost, and then that gives me global ad blocking.
Yeah,
they would go for it,
but it didn't happen. That's not what happened. No. So viewers there's just less people watching new streamers. There's a little bit less people watching streams, and less retention, but it's mostly just the fact that you can't. How are you supposed to grow imagine you were trying to start today from zero. What do you do to grow if you want to be a Twitch streamer? What do you do to grow? It's very much not obvious. Yeah. If there is a way, it's not obvious what that way is anymore, because I'm watching all of them. I have clients that are like, you know, nothing changed with my stream, and it's just not working the right way anymore. Like I'm not seeing the same growth. I'm not seeing. It's just like they're all stuck, all of them.
Yeah,
and they're good. They're really good streamers. They're fantastic. Like the reason they're my clients is because they're very good at being live, but they struggle with technology. I just help them like make sure OBS is working right and their microphone sounds good and stuff like that. Like they know how to be a good streamer, and they have every right to be like on the top of Twitch, all of them. And it's not, they're all stuck, and it was working up to a point, and then all of a sudden it's like the tendency is to think, what am I doing wrong? What do I have to do differently? I got to do something to make this work. And then they blame themselves for what's happening, and it's not their fault. Not at all.
No.
It's like, it's not you. It's like there's the reason it's not possible. The reason you're struggling is because the infrastructure of Twitch changed, and viewer behavior over the past 2 years or so. Because ad block worked, the ads didn't affect people. But now the mid-roll ads can't be blocked, and the pre-roll ads can't be blocked for most people.
So I have a thought on this, and it's kind of funny because it was the advice that was like around 2018. It was the advice everyone was giving, and I don't think it was right then, which was, you know, you got to grow on another platform and you got to bring them over.
Now it's true.
Exactly, but that was like the shit that people that understood mocked, and they were just like,
the reason.
You know, there's a truth to it, but it's not the only truth.
Right. The reason that was a bad idea didn't change.
Yeah. But now
it's still a bad idea. That's what I'm saying. I think you should just if you want to be a content creator, you have to put your efforts elsewhere. And if you want to stream on Twitch, you should just stream whatever and hope over time that people will come hang out on your Twitch channel. But if you put all of your energy and pressure on, I'm going to be a Twitch streamer, I want to make success on Twitch, this is where I'm putting all my focus. That is a dangerous dead end for most people.
Yeah. And it's not like I agree with you. It's not through the fault of the streamers. It was at one point, Twitch was a more discoverable platform than the Harris Hellers of the world would say that it was. Whereas now it's not, but it's not because of the big change through Twitch, but it's more because of the ad structure on Twitch.
It's
And
viewer behavior mostly.
Yeah, exactly. They disincentivize people from browsing.
Yeah, because who wants to sit through like 3 minutes of ads to check out a new stream?
Yeah, so I don't know. You know, like it kind of is you got to grow on TikTok. Like that's
And don't do it to grow your Twitch stream. Like literally, go grow a TikTok.
Yeah.
Like go grow a YouTube channel, and then let those people know, hey, by the way, sometimes I stream on Twitch for fun. If you want to come hang out, and just let it be that. But you don't put your clips and your stream stuff on YouTube hoping to grow your Twitch. You go grow a YouTube and you go grow a TikTok, because those platforms have an obvious path from nothing to content creator. I don't see that anymore on Twitch. In fact, I'm watching most of everyone's just kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And a lot of the partnered streamers that I know that are trying to unstuck, they're not doing it by making changes on Twitch. They're going and making TikToks.
Yeah, and they've also got to have a type of content that like translates really well to something like TikTok, where you like you are really good at getting eyes that are really, really fickle and are either hooked in the first like second or they swipe away. Like they've got to be really good at that. And like say for me, I don't think I'm like the most high energy, most interesting streamer to watch a lot of the time. So when I look at TikTok, I'm just like, how the heck do I do this? Sometimes I'll do a video and I'll be like, this has got the energy that probably will work on something like TikTok, and it tends to when I look at it and I'm just like, I've started this clip well.
Yeah.
And but my stream doesn't tend to have a lot of those moments, so
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just do it for the fun of it anyway. Like, I don't really mind either way because, like, I enjoy streaming, so.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do is enjoy streaming, because on some level, luck is still involved, and it can be on your side, and you can make a stream successful for now. Even that could change, right? We don't know. And my hope, I don't have any hope, actually. Hope's the wrong word. I used to hope that Twitch would make the right decisions and kind of fix all of this moving before it became a problem, but they haven't done anything. In fact, they have done stuff that was smart and the right decision to kind of fix and set up for success, for growth and exposure, and then they took it away.
Yeah.
Like the old tag system was perfect because it was searchable and you could tag your stream exactly in the moment what you're doing. And that would have trained viewers to look for content that they're looking for. If we're having a discussion about UFOs, people could find it, right?
Yeah.
And viewers, right now you can put it in your title, but you got to be updating your title all stream to do that. And that's really hard to do if you're playing a video game and you're having a conversation about aliens. Like, how do you got to have mods like ready to update the title. And then you also need to wait for the viewer behavior to change enough to know to search for what's being updated in the title so they can look for people talking about UFOs in the moment. The tag system would have done that. And it was doing that. It was training people to kind of look for what they wanted to find. But there's too many things I'm looking at that Twitch needs to like shift and change in order. Now, my suggestion is to get rid of mid-roll ads altogether because they're too disruptive for the stream. Let pre-rolls exist because that's just gonna bother new viewers mostly, and they're already not browsing. So you're like not bothering that many people.
And Twitch already knows like if a viewer is a first time viewer on a channel. Like it identifies that in chat. They should just have some sort of grace period for someone checking out a stream for the first time.
I agree. That would be awesome. That's true.
Yeah, if it was just a grace period for someone checking a stream for a first time.
Like only followers get pre-rolls, but then everybody unfollows.
Well, no, just like first, like 3 times someone checks that stream,
Yeah.
they
Okay. Yeah.
they have like a reduced ad experience.
Yeah.
Then that
Or
would
just
solve
banner
their
ads.
problem.
Like the banner
Yeah,
ads
yeah,
at the bottom
banners.
of
Yeah.
the stream. I don't mind those at all. I think those are unintrusive and they're fine, and that's the right direction for Twitch
Mhm.
to go in if they want to advertise. Is just put the banner ads in, and it'd be
Yeah.
nice if they had a system to detect like the conversation on the stream. So, if, we're talking about the a capture card, then like an AverMedia capture card ad comes up. Like I'd be fine
But-
with that too.
I think they're worth less money to Amazon, so therefore they're not going to go down that route. But I think that the most likely thing would be like Amazon deciding that yes, we could grace period viewers or something like that.
Right, and then on top of that,
experience, yeah,
they still
after-
two other major problems they have to fix in order for
Mm.
the platform to survive, in my opinion.
Mhm.
It's the view count has to be exactly accurate, which is possible.
Mhm.
Like that's not this is a technological issue. The fact that it doesn't work is stupid.
Yeah.
And I think what happened is Twitch implemented stuff to try to fight view bots, and in doing so, they've actually accidentally filtered out real viewers.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, and they. Oh, sorry.
so that's the main issue there. That's,
They also, for streamers that come on being like, I want to make partner, they made it more difficult for those streamers by filtering out, like not just bot viewers, but people that were watching through other sites. I can't remember what the word is.
embedded viewers.
They nerfed embedded viewers. They nerfed raid viewers, and didn't do anything to counteract that. So they made it harder for newer streamers to work towards partner without having any it just means that people that were getting partner before that change are on effectively easy mode. Not that it was easy to begin with.
Right, no.
but an easier mode.
It's much harder
Without-
now.
Yeah, exactly. Without making it easier in some way, they should have had some sort of trade-off.
I also
You know,
have other problems.
Had a better system for their partners.
Yeah.
But
There's
just
other
not
major
for-
issues, like the affiliate situation is dumb, where you're not allowed to multi-stream because that just hurts both Twitch and the streamer, because the multi-streaming thing would make sense if affiliate is somehow promoted your channel in a way that helped you grow. If it's like the trade-off is you can only be live here, but we're going to make sure growth is possible. If you're a good stream, we're going to make sure that while you're live here, people can make a decision about whether or not they should be watching your stream and whether or not they like your stream. There's nothing of that sort going on. So what you have is you're locked into being live on one platform and only being live there, hoping to be discovered, hoping some bored person is scrolling through and clicking and then clicking down to you. And then and you just happen to be in the moment talking about something that interests that viewer. So there's a lot of gambling going on here with this, right? Because they might have liked your stream 10 minutes ago, but maybe right now you're on a BRB screen or whatever, right? Like,
Yep.
okay, so
I have a question for you, which is, what change do you think YouTube could make, considering they're probably like Twitch's biggest competitor in terms of live streaming?
all they have to do is move the live stream section up to the top left of the platform and show more live streams in the browse it feed when people are just like browsing Twitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Those two things. And then also the search bar. If the search bar brought up like 2 columns, like the left side was videos and the right side was live streams, done.
Yeah. Or even just live streams to the top of the result while they were live.
Right. And we're actually very close to YouTube actually doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, I watch some streams on YouTube, but
same.
I don't watch anyone that I haven't watched before, because that's the only people that YouTube recommends me is like stuff that it knows that I'll like.
True.
So, I get like 2 YouTube channels that I'll watch live, and that's it. And
True.
like YouTube knows to recommend them to me,
Right.
because of but other than that, like if I scroll down on my YouTube homepage, yeah, I don't get anything that's not something I'm already aware of.
Yeah.
But if they started serving me things that they thought I'd like, I think they'd probably do a really good job of it.
We're
So,
really close to that happening. I have a
Yeah.
feeling that that's where things are. I just
I hope so. I have no issues with like switching my life to YouTube because it would bring my watch hours up, and then I'd be able to get YouTube Partner or whatever it's called really quickly.
yeah.
It is
Yeah.
tempting.
Okay, well, I gotta end my stream. I'll talk to you for a few more minutes, so just hang out here for a second.
Sure.
I'm late. I gotta eat dinner and then do a meeting. Luckily, my food's already cooked.
It's midnight here, so I'm gonna be sleeping soon as well. So
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, if you guys are all hanging out, I appreciate you guys. I'm not gonna raid anybody because I literally have to shut the stream down, finish my conversation with Virtue, eat dinner, and then whatever. So who cares? You guys, thank you for hanging out. Sword, I hope this was a little bit thought provoking, but this is gonna be the topic of the podcast. Tacos, thanks for hanging out.
Oh yeah, guys, come to my stream and we can raid somebody.
Okay, I'll raid Tacos, and then you guys can all go with Tacos. How about that?
Yeah, that's smart.
Also, it's nice to meet you, Tacos. Seeing as
Yes, nice to meet you.
recently became Twitter mutuals.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys. I'll see you guys whenever I stream. Whenever I don't have a schedule. This
You
is
were horror, right?
This is no Virtue.
Oh, okay.
I'll chat to you another time.